We're live.
All right. And since it's so close to Halloween, we've
Mm-hmm.
decided we've decided we're gonna go ahead and talk about Halloween.
Yep.
Um,
And then whatever in the hell else comes up.
exactly. So we were
Just a
gonna
slight disclaimer: we do use profane language, very coarse language. So
very
basically, what that
yeah.
means, if you're not old enough to sit there and say, "I want a dick in my pussy," and it not considered to be child pornography, then you know,
Dude. What the
I'm fucked up.
This is why we're replacing you with Pat Rick.
They're not replacing me with Pat Rick. They don't even know who Pat Rick is. Shut up.
So we said the first we want to go ahead and do like a one version of this, and then
Yeah,
we'll
this
do
is just
another
kind of like the
version.
speculation, just
Yeah.
talking about it. Yeah,
So
a little behind the scenes,
I'm
if you
gonna
will.
do because my next three are gonna be different for Halloween. Um, three movies you gotta watch for Halloween.
Yeah, because basically what the thing is it's like pick three movies that you would recommend somebody watch for Halloween that have never actually seen it, kind of
Yes,
deal.
but my thing is, this is also based on personal taste for each of us. And when I think of Halloween, I think of different things, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, three horror movies. That was the
Well, you didn't
idea.
say three horror
Oh, did I
movies.
not?
You said three movies.
How did that? Oh, well, in that case, I mean,
That's why I went with the ones I went with.
oh, fair enough. Well, mine were actually like I actually picked out a horror movie, so I mean, I guess yours would be the lighthearted stuff.
I mean, they're just Halloween movies to
No, I
me.
mean, let's not even like name off any specifically. Just
And
like what?
how the hell
What?
is Rocky Horror Picture Show a lighthearted movie?
I didn't mean didn't mean lighthearted in that sense. I meant lighthearted in the sense that nobody's getting. Well, no, never mind. That does happen.
Anyways, my three movies are Rocky Horror Picture Show, Nightmare Before Christmas, and I think I actually am going to change the last one to The Thing. Those are my three movies I watch for Halloween every Halloween.
Fair enough.
And if you have not watched any of those, highly recommend it.
Yeah.
If you have a different opinion, I want you to at me in chat. And
Yeah, we highly
mm,
encourage activity from chat to join in on our discussion and also give us ideas for any kind of topics.
good thing there's
So
one.
yeah, we fully support
Don't
chat.
forget to hydrate.
Don't forget to hydrate. Um,
That's my
Usually
PSA.
for Halloween, like I said, I'll sit down and watch either like all the Friday the 13th films, or at least the ones I like anyway. Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Yeah, I like going with the traditional scary movies, but I've watched enough of them I can actually pick out what's actually genuinely scary and what's
If you are not listening to this live, if you're listening to it later, you can call me and tell me what your three movies are. My phone number is 867-5309.
what the. Oh wait a minute, no, yeah, okay, yeah,
Took you
okay,
a second.
yeah, it took me a second. I had to think about that one. So
At me.
yeah, I always went with the traditional horror movies, and if I had to pick three to somebody that don't usually watch horror movies, I would say like The Exorcist. Uh, since you already said The Thing, I'll just replace that one.
Yeah.
Uh, The Exorcist, uh, Alien, and I would probably say
Oh, Rick also really enjoys.
Hellraiser.
He also really enjoys John Carpenter's The Thing,
Good.
and he is excited about the remake.
Yeah, I mean I am too.
Because
John
asked
Carpenter's
him if
working
he
on it
liked
himself, so
asked him
yeah.
if he liked the original, and he's like, yeah, and I'm excited about the remake.
To our six viewers
Oh,
we would like to remind you that we accept topics for discussion and we also fully encourage getting involved in our discussions.
If
So
you have three favorite
yeah,
movies
three favorite-
to watch
yeah.
for Halloween.
Yep.
Um, Also some honorable mentions for me are Little Shop of Horrors,
Yeah.
Ghostbusters.
Wait, the remake or the original?
I think yeah, the remake,
Yeah.
Ghostbusters,
Yeah.
and depending on if I'm in the mood or not, um, the first Final Destination movie or the first Saw movie, because I actually did like the first. Or no, I've liked all the Saw movies I've watched, which
I've
was
seen
like
all of
1,
them.
3, and 5 or
Well,
something.
I've seen all of them except for the new one that was done by Chris Rock, Spiral.
Yeah,
I
mean,
do want to see that. I just hadn't got around to it yet.
Also, was it the first scary movie? Yes, it was the first scary movie.
One that was based on Scream.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that one. That one, and I think the second one I also liked.
Yeah. I actually liked
It
all
might have
of
been
them.
4 as well. 4 might have been another one I actually liked. but I don't
The funny
remember.
thing is, my favorite was actually 3.
It might have been 3.
Because 3 was the one that was based on Signs. No, that was number 4. Number 4 was based on Signs.
4, yeah, I think that was the one.
No,
I
it
did
wasn't.
like. No,
Number 4 was based on War of the Worlds,
that's the one I
I
liked.
think. And then 5 was based on Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah. My favorite though is still what was it? Dracula Dead and Loving It
Yeah.
by Mel Brooks. Incredible movie. Also by Mel Brooks. Young Frankenstein. Another honorable mention right there.
Yeah.
But that's another movie you just watch year round.
Yeah.
Because
We can go.
What are some
take a
movies?
time, right?
what are some movies you'd watch year round?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, well, no. I watch Nightmare Before Christmas starting October 1st, ending on December 30th. I do that to keep it special.
Oh, it'll always be
Know
special
what I
to
mean?
me.
Well, you know what I mean by that.
Yeah.
Yeah, where'd my juice?
I used to watch Home Alone. I watch that all year round. I
Okay.
would say I do.
Die Hard I only watch around Christmas.
Yeah. I mean, I can actually agree with that. Yeah. Uh. Okay, so it's really dumb,
I mean,
but I have a weird. It's like a guilty pleasure for me.
okay.
Jack Frost. Not the Michael
Um,
Keaton Jack Frost. The actual like cheap ass, stupid ass horror movie Jack Frost.
Oh, I was about to say, dude. I was like, really? Oh, what about the Santa Claus movies?
Oh, I like those.
I
The
do
second
too.
one was my favorite actually.
Really?
Yeah.
The first one, and the second one are tied for my favorite, actually. Because just the first one's just classic,
dude,
of course.
we're forgetting like we're forgetting the number one crucial Christmas film.
A Christmas Story?
No, you're close.
No.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
No, that's a movie I watch year round.
Yeah, no, but it's also the essential Christmas movie. I forced my mom, and everybody else that I was, because I went and spent the Christmas Eve at my mom's,
Oh yeah,
and I forced everybody to sit down and watch Christmas Vacation.
good.
So
Wait, movies I watch every Christmas, and I always watch them with my dad.
yeah,
Miracle on 34th Street. Even though it's that's technically a
Eh.
Thanksgiving movie, but he really likes that movie. I always watch it with him every year. We always watch A Christmas Story several times every Christmas, and my mom
Same.
hates it.
we took a break from Christmas Story to watch Christmas Vacation. That's how I
That's-
got him convinced to do
and
it.
then and every year we put it on. What is this? The ABC that does the 24-hour marathon of it on Christmas.
Yeah, I can
We do
remember,
that every year.
dude. I can actually remember when TBS first started doing it.
It might be TBS that does it.
TBS did it originally because originally
It might be
it was
TCM that does it
3
now.
full days of a
Man.
Christmas Story, straight 36 hours.
And
Christmas Story.
we usually
or
watch.
not, no, 72 hours. Sorry.
We usually watch Family. We usually watch. What was it? There's another one we usually watch other than Christmas Vacation. I can't think of it. Well, I mean, I watch the Santa Claus every year. Watch all three of them usually.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Christmas Vacation, we'll watch several times, and then there will be at least one time where it's just me and my dad watching it,
Yeah.
and that's my favorite time to watch it because that's when he laughs the damn hardest.
Yeah.
You need to watch Christmas Vacation with that man. You also need to watch Boondock Saints with that man.
Yeah, we've been talking like we need to get your dad either over here or we go over there for a movie
We
night.
need to go over there for a movie.
Just a dude's day. Yeah.
Because one, there's an air conditioner.
Yeah.
And
The only actual issue that
we need to get him to watch John Wick is what we need to do.
yes, that
I
too.
have 1 and 2
I can't believe
on.
he's never seen it.
I've been trying to get him to watch it. You know, it'd be fun, but it would just be, I don't know how I'd feel about doing it. Getting my dad on here and you and him doing a discussion on Longmire.
Ooh, that'd be hard. I haven't actually sat down and read any of the books yet.
Have you? He hasn't either.
See, I was going to. And
He's only watched the show.
See, I was
I
going
love
to.
the show.
Oh yeah, I do too. That show was great. I'm still waiting for Netflix's first movie.
My
'Cause
favorite
they said they were going to continue it in movies.
My favorite line in the whole show is when him and Henry go to dig up the grave. When Henry's is he under house arrest, correct?
Yeah.
And they go out there and the police show up and he's like y'all showed up just in time. I found him over here grave robbing. It's like, why's he got 2 shovels? And I was like, that's what I asked him. He was like, well, what'd he say? He was like, tell him. He's like, in case the other one breaks. Don't know why, but that is my favorite line in the entire show.
That show was so great. I love that
So
show.
good. I want to watch it all the way through.
But no,
again now.
I was actually because
My
I got
dad
it. I
has
got
it
into
all
the
on DVD.
yeah. I got it into the show first,
Mhm.
and I love the show. I really got into it because it came
I've read
on.
all the books.
Did it come on TNT initially?
Maybe? Let me look
Like
it
the
up
first
actually.
3 seasons,
Yeah,
and then
because
Netflix picked it up
yeah,
for the last 2.
I don't remember where it's what network it's A&E.
A&E,
It was
okay.
A&E. Yeah.
Okay.
I remember
Yeah.
now. Yeah. It
Um,
was the same thing with that other one that Netflix picked up recently, isn't it? The Ranch.
oh no, The Ranch was always on Netflix
Oh, I thought it was a different company
No,
when they
no.
picked it up.
because Netflix released it in parts
Oh,
instead of
okay.
seasons. So,
Lou Diamond Phillips, man, he's such a good actor.
he does not get the recognition he deserves.
He does not.
But no, I was gonna read the books because after I got into the show,
We need to get Netflix again.
I
so
was
we can
I
watch it.
watched the show as it came on TV. I mean,
Yeah.
I was glued every year when the new season came
See,
out.
I wish I had known about it then.
And so I went online and I bought the first 3 books because
Mhm.
there's like what 16?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
oh,
there's a
you're-
bunch. There's a bunch.
Don't make me
Um,
upsetty.
What?
I know what you're about to say.
Yeah, I got the first 3 books through a website that buys them in bulk and then sells them for cheap. You pay 99 cents a book, but you pay
Isn't it
shipping
like
and handling.
thrift books or whatever?
Alibris.
Alibris.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And
I
yeah,
can't
you
remember
can
which
get
one you
you
were-
can get books for 99 cents and only pay
Yeah.
like shipping and handling of like $4.
Yeah,
So
which
still,
still is it isn't
Yeah.
bad because it's a book.
I mean, I got another copy of it for like $1.
Do you have a copy of it in there?
No,
Oh,
I think it's boxed up in
I was
storage.
about to say if it's in there, I need to
Oh.
read it because it's been a hot minute since I read it.
I've got the audiobook.
Of course you do.
Yeah,
It still kills
but it's
me.
done by Mark Thompson.
Ooh.
I think it was Mark Thompson. Now, some check later on.
I want
Um,
an audiobook of The Princess Bride, but I want it read by Mandy Patinkin.
but no. Back to the point I was trying to make, or tell you about.
Mm-hmm.
Ordered them on Alibris. I gave 99 cents a piece. I think after shipping and handling for like 2 packages because 2 of them came from a different location than the third. I think I paid a total of like $9
Yeah.
for those first 3 books, so I came out good. So they come in, I open them up and I started looking through them, and I picked out which one was the actual first one, which was A Cold Dish, I think was the first one.
Okay.
And I open it up, and it's the first book in the series. I open it up, and it turns out it's signed by
Yeah, that made me so
Craig.
mad when you told me about that.
Yeah, Craig.
Mm,
What's his name?
It's not Craig Johnson, is it?
Yeah, Craig Johnson.
Oh, it is Craig Johnson.
Yeah.
Okay. I was
It's
like,
yeah. I opened it up, and it's signed by Craig Johnson. I was like, oh snap! I just got a huge deal from this. So I just I very carefully closed it, put it back on the shelf, and I'm like, you're staying right there, and you are not being touched
Yeah.
again. So, yeah, I mean, I never really got started on the
100%
books just
understand.
because I happened to get that signed copy, and I didn't want to mess it up even more because it was already a little bit ragged when I got it. So I
Yeah.
want to try to preserve it.
yeah.
It's in storage somewhere at my mom's. I just have to go
He
dig it
also
out.
like he doesn't sign a whole lot of books either, does he?
Not to my knowledge, you don't,
Yeah,
because he keeps to himself most of the time.
that's what I thought.
Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, for all I know, it could be a fake signature, but I'm
Yeah.
not taking that
Or
chance.
auto pinned.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what. Because I'm gonna tell this story because it's a good story. It's a funny or interesting story.
Yeah.
So when my senior year, when my mom was like, send out graduation invitations, she's like, here's the list of ones you have to send, or like I'm making you send like all these different family members and stuff. I was like, okay. So I got all those done, and I had like 4 left, and I was like, okay. So I sent 2 to 2 of my friends.
Mm-hmm.
I sent one. I forget where did I send that one. I don't remember I sent that one. But then the other one I sent to the White House.
Oh yeah, you told me about this.
And I remember it was the day after I graduated. I got a letter from the White House addressed to me. I opened up and it was like we congratulate you on the celebratory occasion. And it was like we hope that you and your family are well during this time and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then it had Donald Trump and Pence signatures on it.
Huh. Yeah.
I'm assuming
seeing
that's
it.
auto pinned.
Yeah, probably.
But like, it's pretty cool to get that in the mail.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just
Coolest thing I ever got in
Pretty
mail was one time I was sitting I don't even remember what made me like get the idea to do it. I
Don't
just
do
remember
what?
I was doing something and I got the idea somehow. I wasn't planning it or anything. It was
Yeah.
just, it just popped in my head. What if Star Fox got adapted into a
Oh,
like a
yeah.
Netflix style CG series? Well, actually, back then they didn't have the CG shows like they do now. But I'm like, what if it got adapted into like a DreamWorks style, series?
yeah. Well, no,
Ernest
because
Ernest Ike
you got
Hemingway.
one from Arnold, aka the Governor. Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
That's really that. I
That's
think that's
cool.
cool. I think that's cooler actually.
Yeah.
'Cause that
I
was
mean,
when-
yeah,
if he-
definitely.
If like I'm assuming that was when he was governor, which makes it even cooler. Like than just like one from him like that. I almost sent one to the Queen, but I didn't want to have to pay for overseas shipping
Fair enough.
because I feel like I would have gotten a similar letter,
Yeah.
maybe,
But
'cause
no,
that'd be cool. Or I would have been like those lucky bastards that like where she fucking shows up,
yeah.
because that would have been
funny.
crazy. Imagine the Queen showing up in
Oh,
fucking
good
Somerville at my
lord.
graduation. Take a selfie with her. Would you
Uh,
take a selfie with the Queen like that?
Here. Yeah, sure.
Did you say your?
No, I meant sure.
Your? We need to
Your.
get,
No,
that's gonna be your shirt.
your.
But yeah, that is really cool.
Yeah, it is.
honestly. All right, continue what you were saying. You had
like-
the idea for the show.
Yeah, it was like, what if Star Fox got rebooted, readapted into a animation series? Hey, our boy Cryodamus is back.
Hey,
What's up, bud?
what's up, man?
We're just talking about random shit right now.
All right, we're talking about cool stuff we've gotten in the mail. So yeah, continue.
I got the idea. What if Star Fox got adapted into like a DreamWorks style animated series?
Yeah,
So I mean, the idea stuck with my head because I started thinking about it more because the game's very episodic as is, and it's got enough of a franchise you could actually turn it into a series with as much material as you can get from the games.
yeah,
And so I actually just sat down and I started writing out a pilot episode,
yeah.
and
That's awesome.
I made which it's an old trick to like have a like a copyright on a specific type of work
Yeah.
where you mail it to yourself. So that
Yeah.
way you got it sealed and stamped. And, you know, in there
Yeah.
is the original written document, the original.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just a weird copyright thing.
Yeah. I know what
But,
you're talking about.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I did that, and I actually sent the copy to Nintendo. I actually sent it to the CEO of Nintendo Japan.
Yeah. I remember you telling me about that. And that's just awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I was just like, you know what? What have I got to lose?
Yeah,
I mean,
I mean,
I went through the
exactly.
trouble of writing this. I might as well,
Exactly.
you know, just kind
Because
of.
I mean, if they make something out of it, you can be like, "Hey guys, look what I made."
Yeah. Which, since then, I'm sure it's been long enough. Where Space Station Number 5 by Montrose would be a great song for a Star Fox film series. I've thought about it too.
That would be awesome.
I mean, yeah, the more you think about Star Fox, it could actually be a decent series.
I think it would be a good,
Because I'd had it written out,
similar to the old Buzz Lightyear TV show.
kind of. Yeah.
Imagine that is what I'm saying. I think that would be pretty funny.
Which, it's been long enough since that. I'm actually thinking about sending it to Nintendo. Not Nintendo. Netflix now.
Oh yeah.
Just send it to them directly and pitch it to them because then they can just negotiate a business standpoint.
Yeah.
I thought about it. But anyway.
You got something back in the mail though, didn't you?
Yeah, I was getting to that. I sent it to the CEO of Nintendo.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name for the life of me. But I sent it in.
Yeah.
And maybe like a little over a week goes by, and that's when it popped up on my news feed that he had passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, wow, I have the shittiest timing
Yeah.
of just, you know.
And it's just,
But so what it wound
you
up,
see it and you're just like, that's just my damn luck.
which I need to check because if I'm not mistaken, it was before the official new CEO was announced. It's got his name on it, still listed as the CEO, I think.
I wanted a Metroid / Star Fox crossover. I have a Metroid. I have a Metroid treatment for film. Yeah.
Yeah. Metroid's another one that would make a great series.
It'd be an interesting series, definitely.
But no, I found out he passed away, and like I said, this is like maybe a week or 10 days afterwards, and like another 5 or 6 days went by after that, and I actually got a letter in the mail from Nintendo of Japan.
Yep.
And it was just like thanking me for being a dedicated Star Fox fans, you know, just kind of a, just an official thing.
Yeah.
But they said they're not accepting unsolicited material, yada yada, so it got rejected like immediately.
Yeah.
But
The thing is, people pitch shit to Netflix all the time.
yeah,
and
exactly.
half of it gets made. So.
So I went to, and then they actually included 2 things in it. It came with a Mario Kart bookmark, which I seen that I was like, oh, bookmark. I'm not gonna lie, it was only slightly underwhelming, and I know that's kind of shitty of me to think that way. It just,
I mean, yeah.
it's just like, oh, I mean, cool bookmark.
Yeah.
But they also sent me a single Pokemon card of OG artwork Pikachu.
Yeah. That was when you
And
told me that.
when I seen that, I was like, "Oh shit!" But
yeah.
I mean, it's not worth anything, but it's the simple fact
just-
that it's
They sent that
that
to
they
you.
sent
I mean,
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just like, okay. I mean, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I've still got that locked up in the safe somewhere. It's got the Pikachu card in it.
All right, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Coolest famous, at least famous-ish person that you've met.
Coolest?
Yeah.
Glacier.
Okay.
He was a wrestler in WCW. They brought him in as like a ninja
Yeah.
because the man's an actual black belt
Yeah.
and he knows his shit. He can wreck you. And not to mention he's big as hell. He's huge, man. But no, they brought him in. He didn't really get a whole lot of popularity, I guess you can say. He wasn't one of the top guys.
Okay.
But I was always a fan of him. I always, even as a kid, I thought that was a cool like gimmick and everything.
Yeah.
Because I was obviously a big Mortal Kombat fan. Because it was based on Sub-Zero. His outfit and everything was based on Sub-Zero. But
So of course you just like ate that shit up.
I mean, yeah, I did. And then several years ago, um, I'd gotten an invitation to come to which I know several people that work in the on the indie circuit, like locally. I know a lot of them.
Yeah, and you're related to like half of them.
Yeah, in some ways. Um, but no, I got an invitation to come to a show, to go to a show that they were doing out in is at the community college out there in Center. That's where it was.
Yeah.
And they were gonna have people there that were like wrestling legends and everything. And there was people there, like there was Bob the Bullet Armstrong. He was there, the head of the Armstrong family. Met him. There was Axel from Crash and Smash. Or Demolition. That was the name of their team. Yeah, Demolition. He was there. Mr. Anderson, formerly known as Mr. Kennedy, was there. And he was a pretty cool dude. But Johnny Swinger was there. I was about to
say, you've met a good handful of like wrestling people.
Oh, I've met a lot of wrestling people.
I think that's cool. Like
no, like but and on there it said Glacier was gonna be there like competing. I was like, oh, that's cool. Maybe I'll get maybe he'll actually come out and meet him, because I thought he was like the he was probably like a lot of wrestlers that do that gimmick are they try to keep in character and they stay away from the thing, and I didn't know how much he was actually into that. They call it kayfabe.
Okay, yeah.
That's what it's called.
I actually have 3 whenever you get finished saying this.
But no, he was one of the first ones I seen when I walked in, just talking to people, taking pictures, and I walked up and was just like, I remember watching you as a kid on Nitro. You mind if I get a picture? And he was just like, yeah, dude, come on in, And he stood there and talked to me for several minutes, just kind of just talking about like WCW, and even actually talked about a couple other things. I mean, he was just a real down to earth guy. And like after I met him, I felt so bad for him, like how he just got shuffled under the rug back in the day, because he was just a genuinely cool dude. Yeah. Later on, I found out he is actually a school teacher in South Georgia. One of his students at one time was actually Cody Rhodes. I mean, he taught him, Dustin. I mean, apparently he's he's a school teacher, physical education.
Yeah.
And the dude's a legitimate like black belt. I watching him in the ring, he didn't do near as much of the gimmicky stuff with the martial arts as he did initially, but he had it worked in better. And I felt like if he would have had that freedom of like how he would have presented it, like way back in the day when he first debuted, I feel like he would have actually went somewhere like super big.
Okay, yeah.
And not to mention, the dude was bigger than me.
Yeah.
And if you ever watch that man wrestle, that dude can move. Like 6'5", daggum, like 280 pounds, most of it muscle and fitness. Good Lord.
Out of these 3, I'm not sure which one was the coolest, like the chillest person. Steve Jackson, when I met him.
Yeah.
Playing Munchkin with him and playing Zombie Dice with him. That was so fun. And he was like so jovial, so just like fun to play with. You know how some people just aren't fun to play board games with?
Yeah.
He's fun to play a board game with.
Oh, cool.
Oh, I also played Werewolf with him. I won that game of Werewolf. There was 50 people in that game of Werewolf.
Wow.
And I remember the guy that was the narrator.
Yeah.
I remember him yelling, "Oh, damn," when I sold out one of the other werewolves to save myself. Yeah, like, I pretty much did that. Because, like, whenever I had said something and then I voted for him, he went, "Oh, damn, okay." And then I proceeded to, by myself, finish everybody else off.
That was cool.
Yes.
I remember you telling me about that.
That was incredible.
Yeah.
Timothy Zahn. He was incredible. If you don't know who he is, he wrote all of the best Star Wars books.
Yeah, I mean, which I'll go as far as saying,
which is an understatement.
The bad thing is,
Yeah.
I'll go as far as saying that Timothy Zahn wrote Star Wars better than Lucas did,
Yes. Easily.
and literally as good,
With
if not better,
Thrawn.
as
Thrawn by
good,
itself. Just
as
all of that.
good, if not better,
Mm-hmm.
than Dave Filoni himself.
They're
They're definitely
close.
tied.
Yes,
They're
that is
definitely
close.
tied, but there is a possibility that
They
he's
have-
just slightly a little bit more better
They
at it.
have both done their best to fix Star Wars since what's
Yes.
happened.
I mean,
That's the best
Timothy.
way to put it.
Well, the thing was, Timothy's on.
Because I'm so glad that they got him to write the new Star Wars books.
Yes.
Because if they didn't, that would have been just a moral sin.
Yeah, I mean, hell, they couldn't do it because, like, whenever the Timothy Zahn was actually the guy who made Grand Admiral Thrawn. He wrote
The best strategist
He
of
wrote
all
the
time.
Thrawn trilogy, which came out not long after Episode 6, and it takes place immediately after
Shadow
Episode
of the
6.
Empire. Or no.
Shadow of the Heir to the Empire.
Heir to the Empire. Shadow of the Empire was the game book and
Yeah.
something else. There's another thing. It might have been a comic as well that went with
Yeah.
it. It was a trilogy.
But he had Heir to the Empire, The Dark Force, or
Yeah.
Dark Force Rising,
Dark Force
and The
Rising.
Last Command.
Dark Force Rising is so
Those
good.
three books were the very first Grand Admiral Thrawn introduction,
Actually,
and
no.
he was like the baddest dude.
My favorites, still my personal favorite Star Wars book is Outbound Flight, and I have that book signed by Timothy Zahn.
Fair enough.
Also have Survivor's Quest signed by him, which is another book that's got it's actually got Mara Jade and Grand Admiral Thrawn in it.
Yeah. Well, Grand Admiral Thrawn was Legends.
Yeah. Well, this was a while back. This is not a canon book.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He was
Yeah.
Legends.
Was.
But once he was
There is always
introduced,
truth in legends.
because they released a statement initially that said any publications has to be approved not by us and does not fit into the actual, like, George Lucas writing, whatever.
That made me a little upset.
But well, I mean, this is like back when they first started doing the novels, very first, before Timothy Zahn did it.
Yes.
Timothy Zahn, though, when he put out Heir to the Empire,
Yes. Pretty much
They re-
anything was.
yeah. Well, I mean, it was
Yeah.
when they put out Heir to the Empire. Almost not long after it was published, Lucasfilm came out and with another statement that said, all books now have to go over Lucas's page,
Yeah.
and they will be considered to be part of the canon. That is only the way they will actually get published.
Yeah.
Timothy Zahn was the one who started that,
Mhm.
because as soon as they saw it, they wanted it.
Yeah.
Because Grand Admiral Thrawn, everybody knows him by Rebels now.
Yeah.
But in those books,
I feel like more
love-
people know him from Timothy Zahn's writing, at least,
yeah.
than know him from Rebels.
And then after the
Or-
Disney buyout, I
Yeah.
mean, they didn't even try to do anything with Thrawn unless it was with Timothy Zahn's go ahead.
Because he was, I think,
He
he was
was
an
the
executive
consultant.
producer.
Yeah, he was
on that season of Rebels, or those
Yeah.
seasons of Rebels.
He was, because because of the whole thing with Lucas. After they made the statement, they had to rework how they would actually, like, do his contract,
Yes.
because at that point they wanted him to finish the trilogy, so they made him a contract to do it for them.
Yeah.
And he had it written in his contract, I believe anyway. He had it written in where he had creative control of Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Yes. He like
Like,
Grand Admiral Thrawn was so good in Rebels.
or he had it worded in such a way that nothing could be done unless it went over his
That was
vision.
like
because
the-
after that he did the new Thrawn novels,
Which
and
are
is now
good.
doing another set of Thrawn
Yes.
novels. The second one just dropped. So yeah.
haven't
Anything that
read
has
any of
has to do
those.
with Grand Admiral Thrawn, it has to have Timothy Zahn. And that means that when we get Grand Admiral Thrawn in live action, that
In
means
Ahsoka.
Timothy Zahn is going to be writing those episodes,
Okay.
practically.
So, I feel like Rebels, like the Grand Admiral Thrawn we got there, was exactly, at least for me, how I had pictured him.
Oh, how I pictured him, how
Yes.
I pictured he sounded, how he acted,
Yeah.
that was spot on.
That
The only-
was 100%.
the
They
thing-
even did the stuff with like his martial arts and everything.
Yes.
Which was incredible that they even added that detail.
The thing that got me the most, though, and it's, it just kind of sticks out in my mind,
Yeah.
they the thing about Grand Admiral Thrawn, original true Grand Admiral Thrawn,
Yeah.
you could not outsmart him.
No.
It was impossible to outsmart him. The only reason that he wound up getting
Yeah,
killed in the
which
third
was
book was just by pure
hilarious.
luck
He
or by
had
random chance.
in that fight he was winning.
Yeah.
And his bodyguard found out that his people had been slaughtered on Grand Admiral Thrawn's like order.
Yeah.
So he stabbed him through the back of like his throne, through his chest, and then Grand Admiral Thrawn congratulated him on the method he used for assassinating him and said it was a perfect way for him to die, and then proceeded to die.
Yeah, I mean, it's like,
Which was
dude, that's
incredible.
what made him my favorite Star Wars character right there.
Oh,
I mean, he was just so
Grand Admiral
awesome.
Thrawn is just such
And
a...
but yeah, you could not outsmart him, and yet
Yeah.
in Rebels they did. That was the only thing that bugged me. They shouldn't
Yeah.
have been able to outsmart him like that.
Yeah, but I like that they did it though,
I mean, yeah,
because
I'm
now
not-
we get
yeah,
him back
we're
in
getting him in live
Ahsoka.
action.
I know. Oh, I'm so excited. Which means we might be getting Ezra in live action.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all but guaranteed at this point, or all but confirmed at this point, because of the way that Rebels.
I know they did confirm that his voice actor from Rebels would be playing him in live action. I know they did confirm that. They came out and
Okay.
actually officially announced that.
Yeah.
But I'm
Can't
ready
wait.
for Ahsoka, and I'm seeing stuff now that we're actually going to get Mandalorian season 3 within the first quarter of next year.
Yes. We
So-
talked about that.
Because
at one
because
point.
it was believed that it wasn't going to come out till like late next year, but no,
Yeah.
now it's no. Before it was like speculated. Now it's actually confirmed. There are reports saying that it will, that are official.
Mhm.
They just haven't officially
Delicious.
announced it yet. So definitely, we got confirmation of it. So I'm happy about that. I'm dead happy
Mm.
about that.
It's just
Eagerly awaiting the Book of Boba Fett
yes.
because
Oh, I'm so excited to see how
Yeah.
that goes.
So
It's just got
another, I tell you, another author that I feel like can never be replaced as far as his writing on a specific thing.
okay. Oh yeah, I know who this is already.
Drew Karpyshyn.
Yep.
He was the lead writer of the first two and a half, we'll say, Mass Effect games. He did the books.
Mm-hmm.
There was 3 of them. He did those. He supervised the comics. I mean, he was the guy behind Mass Effect.
Yeah.
And just like they replaced him, they had issues with the ending, and they more or less replaced him in the third one. That's why the ending didn't really it wasn't as good as it should have been.
Yeah.
Because what it was the original ending got leaked.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because the ending got leaked, and then they ordered Drew Karpyshyn to rewrite it, and he pretty much said that he wouldn't. So yeah, it just
Yeah.
became real controversial after that. But he's another one. He's like Timothy Zahn with Mass Effect. I mean, there's
Yeah.
nobody that can outdo his writing. Which I
Exactly.
mean, I liked Andromeda. A lot of people gave it a lot of hate, but I mean, most of the issues that I found with it were just bugs, and those can get patched
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, I still enjoyed the game. There was a couple things that I felt like could have been.
Yeah.
You could have dialed it back a couple of notches on there, Steely Dan. You're welcome.
Oh boy.
You know, there's a couple things that could have dialed it back on. There's a little bit over designed, a little bit too much thought put into it. But overall, I still enjoyed it. I loved it, and I actually replayed it.
Yeah.
He did what was the names of the books? Because they were the Revelations was the first one, or Revelation,
Yeah.
and that one is actually the story about the mission that Anderson went on with Saren when he was speculated to be a Spectre.
Oh yeah.
So it was like a full That one came out before the game came out. It was like a prequel kind of thing,
Okay, yeah.
just to kind of give you that information about that. And that was also where Kaylee Sanders was introduced. We didn't get her in the games until the third one, but she was introduced in the first book. She was with Anderson on the mission. Now from there is when Drew Karpyshyn really shines. The second book, which was called Ascension, it trailed off from the main story, and it actually was a story that followed Kaylee Sanders, and it was a complete original story with different characters and everything that took place outside of the actual, main events of the
Okay.
game.
Yeah.
And it was a wonderful book. And then the sequel to that one was Retribution,
Okay.
which continued on that one and just made it even more because it was just Drew Karpyshyn fleshing out that storyline that he made up as a side storyline.
Okay, yeah.
And I read all three of those. All three of them are great. The second and third, especially because they're that 2-part storyline.
Okay, yeah.
It's wonderful, wonderful reads, especially if you're big into the like the video game novels,
Yeah.
because that's actually like top tier video game novels. There's a lot of them,
Okay.
but I hate to say it, but some of them are just bad because it's just like lazy writing.
Yeah.
Because there was oh Lord, to promote Doom 3, they released like a 3-book set of
Oh,
the
yeah.
novelization of the plot, but it was so badly written. It was so badly written. I hate to say it, but it was. I've actually read
I
several.
like how you're like, I hate to say it, but this was shit.
I mean, it was. I can't deny it.
Can't deny it no longer.
But I've actually read several video game novels. Because, I mean, I treat it just like Star Wars, it's expanded material.
I haven't read very many.
I read The Fall of Reach, was the Halo novel. That was the only actual good Halo novel.
That might have been the one I read. Hold on.
Fall of Reach was good.
I think it's funny because I'll be able to tell you by the cover of it. Yes, that is the one I read.
Yeah, that one was good.
That one was good.
That was the only actual Halo novel that was actually just top tier good.
That's the only Halo novel I read.
Yeah.
I read the novelization for The Force Unleashed.
Oh, I had to remember which one that was. How was
And
that?
The Force Unleashed 2. They're both pretty good, honestly.
Yeah.
I think I have them at the house somewhere still. I'd
I read
suggest
the,
reading them if you hadn't, honestly.
I read the
mean,
novelization of Metal Gear Solid
I think I read one of the novelizations.
by Ryan Benson, I think is his name. He did a good job, like putting down like everything that happened in that game to paper. I mean, it literally felt like I was reading a dramatized script. It was good. Like, if you're not a fan of Metal Gear Solid, that is actually what I recommend to
I have-
read instead of or if you've never played the games rather, and you don't like do video games, the novelization of it is very well written. It is a good
Also,
book.
how do you feel about movie novelizations?
Some of them are good, like if it's expanded material,
I have one that
and then
is
certain
very interesting.
novelizations are better because it gives you more detail.
The Star Wars novelizations, I highly suggest reading.
Yeah.
The ones for the actual movies.
The best movie novelization is the Rise of Skywalker expanded edition, because that makes that way better.
It does, because we talked about that. I have the novelization of the movie Van Helsing.
The one with Hugh Jackman.
Yes,
I love that movie.
I do too.
They give it another movie
Also-
that people give it shit, but I actually liked it.
Also, I cannot find it. I think I might have taken it to McKay's or something, but I cannot find it anywhere. And I swear this is what it is. It is a novelization of the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen movie. Not the
Ooh.
actual books, but novelization of the movie.
That does sound dope.
It was really good. I don't know why I got rid of it. I might not have. I might have just overlooked it when I looked through my books.
I know Guild Wars 2 has a lot of expanded stuff,
I've read some of it
but
because I played Guild Wars 2 for a little bit.
I never
with
could get
Colin.
into it. It just didn't interest me for some
It's
reason.
all right.
Uh, Trying to think of some of the other like good video game and movie novelizations, or not even novelizations, just like expanded material.
Oh, let's talk about good movies based on books.
Good movies based on books.
Shawshank Redemption's one of my favorites.
2001: A Space Odyssey. That is my overall favorite.
I feel like that's expanded material. The movie's expanded material for the book. Visual material for the book.
Yeah.
That's the way it has to be viewed.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
that's the thing
Only way
about-
you can truly enjoy it.
Yeah, the movie is like you don't get any context of anything that's going on.
That's the only one I'm a stickler about. You gotta read the book
Yeah.
before you watch the movie.
It's right. Yeah, I highly recommend you read the book before the film because the movie is literally just the visual representation of the book
Did you like the
without
movie?
narration.
Did you like the movie Fried Green Tomatoes?
Yeah, I liked it pretty well.
Okay. I watched it a lot when I was younger because it was one of the good movies we had on VHS that my mom would enjoy.
Yeah, it's a pretty good movie.
Because I'm pretty sure she got tired of watching. Okay, I went through 3 VHS copies of the SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
I went through 3 of Good Burger.
I think I went through 2. I went through all of my VHS copies of episodes of Rugrats, the Rugrats movies,
Yeah,
episodes of Cat Dog, and I think I actually had some episodes of what was it? It was the weird one with the puppets.
oh, Mr. Meaty.
Mr. Media. I had that
Yeah.
on VHS as well.
I had to think about that one for a minute, but yeah, I remember.
I went through all those a handful of times. My mom got tired of watching those, so we started watching stuff like "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?"
Good, another good movie.
That's a really good movie. Secondhand Lions. Shawshank Redemption. Fried Green Tomatoes, of course, and a handful of others.
And
We just go through those, like cycle through them every
Yeah.
now and then, and just watch those. And we'd also have that playing while we were eating, because we could not stand the fucking sound of each other chewing. So we had to have a movie on so we could enjoy eating.
So
So that's another reason I'm so well versed in movies and why I love movies, because they remind me of eating with my family like that,
fair enough. So
and specifically certain movies as well.
we're talking about the ones based on books, right?
Okay, yeah, movies based on books.
Clockwork Orange.
Oh man,
Yep.
the S tier movie based on a book, Holes. Mwah.
Yep.
That
That
is
was-
still that is like the most accurate
Solid.
book to movie adaptation.
Well, actually, my argument is the most accurate is the Langoliers.
Okay, yeah, I see
Because
that
when you
one as
actually
well.
like read it and then watch it, it's like adapted word for word,
Well,
scene
I mean,
for scene.
it's the same thing with 2001: A Space Odyssey, but still,
Yeah, but Space
you
Odyssey,
need
you don't
to
get
read the book.
context.
You do not
Yeah.
get the context. Blade Runner.
Yeah. Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep?
I
by
remember.
Philip K. Dick.
I remember when I read that. I got a copy of the book from Katie.
Yeah.
She gave it to me for the SB Christmas party,
I've actually got it inside the door there.
and she was like, "Yeah, this is a good book."
It is.
And she was like, "And it was adapted into a movie." And I was like, "Well, I never heard of it." She's like, "You haven't seen Blade Runner?" And I was like, "This is where Blade Runner came from."
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I've
I've got it sitting in there actually.
I watched it
Love
in
that
this
book.
order because this is the order I got them on VHS. I watched Blade Runner, and then the director's cut, and then the final cut.
Yeah.
I got them in that order on VHS at yard sales. Because that was what I did
As
when
much-
I
as
went
much
to
as
yard
I love
sales.
the movie-
I went VHS tape hunting.
As much as I love the movie, I love the book better. 'Cause
Okay,
the
I
book
see
had a
that.
better
I mean, I understand why.
it had a better story in my opinion that just fit that environment.
iRobot.
Yeah, that was a good movie
Oh,
adaptation, even though it had nothing, almost nothing to
it
do
was
with
a
the
good
original.
development of the source material.
Yeah,
There
that's
we go.
better.
That's what
Yeah.
I'll say. Yeah, that would be expanded material. Is
Okay.
what I'd consider that as
Okay,
well.
fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
Did you see The Giver, the movie they did for that?
I did not.
Did you like the book?
Never read that one.
Okay, I highly suggest reading it. I do not. I mean, you can. There are sequels, but the first one is the best one in my opinion.
Hmm.
They did a movie adaptation of it, and it is. I'd put it almost up there with Holes.
Okay.
Jeff Bridges is actually in it.
Oh well.
Yeah, there you go. It's kind of dark. It's
Yeah.
dystopian, and it's beautiful. It is. I think it's actually. Let me double check. Um, was it written by...
Okay, so real quick.
Okay, do you know? Oh, it's Lois Lowry. She wrote Number of the Stars, which is a book about the Holocaust. It's
Mhm.
really good. It's another book I highly suggest. Um, but The Giver, if you have not read it, I read it when I was in middle school, I think. But it is an incredible read, and I have a copy of it at the house that I need to yoink and rereads because it is just one of those books that I can reread like that.
Hmm.
But like other books on that list include The Invisible Man, 1984, Animal Farm, um, the whole book, Different Seasons by Stephen King.
Yeah. Different.
That's where
seasons.
Stand By Me came from.
And Shawshank
And,
Redemption.
yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah, that's also where Rita Hayworth in The Shawshank Redemption was the name of the short story.
Yeah.
Um, there's a handful
have
of other just Star
have you
Wars
ever-
books
Yeah.
and stuff.
Have you ever read? Real quick. Did you ever read the Secret Window, Secret Garden story by Stephen King?
Maybe.
You've seen the movie though, right? With Johnny
Yes.
Depp.
Yes.
Dude, the book had such a different ending.
Yes.
It was
Yes.
crazy because I
Okay,
remember
yeah, I
seeing
know
the
what you're
movie,
talking
and then
about,
I found out it was a Stephen King
Oh.
book, which it says it in the opening credits, but I never
Yeah.
paid attention. And
Oh,
then
what
I read
about-
it, and good lord, that ending was just like so different.
What about Fight Club?
Fight Club was a book.
Yeah.
I
Did you
didn't
not
know
know
that. No, I didn't. I actually have to add that to my list. I didn't know that was based on a
Pretty
book.
good. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Of course, you've got Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
The original still will always be better than the new one.
Yeah.
Gene
even
Wilder
though the new
cannot
one
be
wasn't bad.
outdone. It's not a bad movie. Like, I'm not saying that at all. It's just Gene Wilder's performance in that
Yeah.
movie is great. I love Gene Wilder. He's just been in so many incredible movies. He was in the original version of The Producers by Mel Brooks. He was in Young Frankenstein. He was in Blazing Saddles. I mean, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Was it Hear No Evil, See No Evil, or something
Yeah.
like that? That was a really good movie as well.
Yeah.
He's incredible in everything he's in.
One of the
And-
funniest men,
Oh, definitely.
just without a doubt.
And he can do it, and he can pull off any emotion while
Yeah.
doing it, which is what gives him such great range
Yeah.
across even one single character.
Yeah.
My favorite scene in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, when they're in his office and he's telling him, is like, you stole fizzy lifting drinks and everything,
Yeah.
and he's like, good day, sir. That whole monologue is my favorite part of that movie. His just like how he escalates as he goes on, and then he yells "Good day, sir" like that. It's just incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, I was so sad when he passed away.
Yeah.
He was another one of those that really got me when he passed away. The first one that I remember getting me like that was Steve Irwin.
Yeah.
I remember I actually cried. because I remember every like Saturday morning waking up watching the Crocodile Hunter
Yeah.
on TV, watching that and fucking Zaboomafoo
Yeah.
and whatever the hell else came on, and I was sad when he died.
Yeah. I was too.
I remember when my mom told me that Steve Irwin passed away, and I just cried. And do you remember the Crocodile Hunter movie?
Yes, Collision Course.
Yes, I
do.
have that on VHS at the house. No, I destroyed that copy, and I have not been able to get another copy of it. I like watched it so much that I just ran through that copy. Um, more.
It.
Oh, yeah. I do like the original better than the new. And I might just be me,
Yeah,
of
yeah.
course.
Which I did like the new one because it was more akin to the book events.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love the original as well.
Series
Because
of
you can't
unfortunate
outdo Tim
events.
Curry's
Oh,
performance.
you can
as
never.
Pennywise.
You'll never be able to outdo Tim Curry in everything he's been in my opinion.
The book though is
It's
so much
yeah.
better, and it's massive. It's like literally 1,000 pages.
It's like,
Yeah, that's actually one of the few physical books I've actually read,
yeah.
and
Dude, I'm
it's one of the
surprised.
few books that I've reread at least 5 times.
Wow.
I love that book. Love it.
I don't know if anybody else has even ever read this. That like anybody other than like me and one of my friends at school. They're the only two people that I know have ever read it, and it is the Cryptid Hunters series. And I read that first one when I was in like 5th grade, and then I read the second one in 6th grade because when it came out when I was in 6th grade. And I read the third one when it came out when I was in 8th grade. And I read the last one when it came out my senior year. And it's just such a good book series. And it has just like pretty much the ending you wanted.
Oh, I tell you another one, and
And I've been able to reread those several times.
and it's currently it's been adapted. We're just waiting for it to release.
Yeah.
Foundation,
Oh, yeah. I meant to
Just
say
like-
something about that.
dude.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, the only thing that kills me is it's an Apple TV Plus exclusive. But
Oh,
Dude.
dude, I'll get us Apple TV Plus for long enough to watch it.
yeah, for real. Which I don't know if it's like all released on the same day or if it's gonna be weekly. I don't know. I hope
It'll
it's all on the
probably
same
be
day, 'cause
weekly because I think that's how Apple does their stuff, but I don't. Is there anything left in that? Oh, damn it. I'm gonna get me one of these nectar things because they.
No, the Foundation series is another favorite that I've read and reread.
So good.
Yeah,
I've read it twice, and I was reading it. I was reading it part of the way through again, and my copy of it is here somewhere. I don't know where.
I think it's on the table in that book stack.
Hold on. It doesn't
Um,
want to be so upset.
Yeah, like right there behind the
Oh, it is just
hot
right there.
boxes. Yeah.
Oh, I need to finish this. I barely started.
Yeah, I want to reread it.
Yeah,
I wanna
everybody.
read it for much longer.
If you've never read the Foundation trilogy, highly suggest it.
Well, the thing
So
is,
good.
though, there's actually 7 books.
There is, but this is the trilogy.
Because you got Prelude to Foundation.
I
What
only
was the
really,
second name of that one?
I only really read
Second, no,
the
not second
trilogy.
Foundation.
trilogies I'll ever read. Yeah, I mean you've got.
I'm
Well,
trying
no,
to-
that's. I was about to say.
Because there's 2 prequel books, and
Mhm.
that's Prelude to Foundation, and then I can't think of what the other
Hold on,
prequel was
hold on.
called.
I'll look it up.
I can, but then it's the actual main 3 is Foundation and Empire, Second Foundation,
And then Foundation.
and then Foundation.
Forward the Foundation.
Oh, sorry, I read those backwards. Foundation.
yeah.
Second Foundation, and then Foundation and Empire.
Yeah.
I read left to right instead of
Um,
like ascending order.
Another
That
one
messed
that
me
has
up.
been done and is being redone. Dune.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dune's
So
being
excited.
done.
Redone technically.
Well, yeah, redone. That's another
I'm
one
fine
I
with
need
it.
to read. I haven't read any of the Dune books.
We're about to see if this is any good.
You go for it.
It's an interesting flavor.
He's drinking the Jumex. Am I saying that right?
Jumex guava nectar
Yeah.
from concentrate. Try it actually. It's not bad. It has an interesting smell, but I actually like the way it tastes. You see what I'm saying? Like,
It's drinkable.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not bad.
To our listeners out there, we fully encourage interaction in chat. We love to
100%.
hear from you. Like, what are some
Have
of
you
your
tried
favorite?
guava nectar? Let us know in the comments below.
What's some books that have been translated to movies that you love, or ones that you want to see made into film? Even better.
Ones I want to see made into a film. The Scythe trilogy. I cannot remember. It's actually called Arc of the Scythe. There are 3 books in the Arc, though.
Mm-hmm.
It is written by Neil Shusterman. Shusterman. There we go. You got Scythe, Thunderhead, and then the Toll. I have the Toll sitting over there, but the other 2 are at my house because I have a box set that's all 3.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that as like a Amazon Prime miniseries or something.
Yeah.
And do like 3 seasons, 1 for each book. That would be incredible because that's such a good series of books.
I want the last 2 books in the main Space Odyssey series, because we only got the first 2 movies actually made, and that was 2001 and 2061. No,
2021, isn't it?
yeah. Okay, never mind. Yeah, it was 2021. The third one was 2061, and then the no.
Hold on.
Yeah, look it up. I'm getting those years wrong, but yeah, I know it's 2001. No, it's 2001, 2012.
Yeah.
And then it's 2061. That's how it
12.
goes.
Yeah, I had it flipped because I was saying 20.
So 2001, 2012, or 2001: A Space Odyssey. That's the actual first book.
2001: A Space Odyssey. 2010: Odyssey 2. 2061: Odyssey 3. 3001: The Final Odyssey.
Oh, okay. So it's 2010.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah.
I thought it was like 2012. Goodness.
Yeah, I did too.
Those are incredibly good books.
Yeah, they are. We got the first 2 made into a movie.
Oh.
Like, the first movie was better than the second. But the second one was actually still pretty decent. It was actually a pretty good adaptation of that book. Then, we never actually got 2061 or 3001, which, 3001 Space Odyssey, or, The Final Odyssey.
Is this movie?
I mean, it had a very, like, dark ending. Or not dark, but very depressing ending.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just forewarning about that.
Did you watch Ender's Game when it came out?
Melon Stabber says, I want to see a Guards Terry Pratchett movies, but it would get butchered.
It would, but we love, or at least Josh Shadiah and I both love Terry Pratchett. Josh Shadiah has met Jerry Pratchett twice, which kills me. And he remembered him the second time, which was awesome. I'm pretty sure both times he was getting books signed. Yeah, he was. But I've heard he's really cool. He's a really cool guy.
Yeah.
I've heard from him and then my uncle. Both have said that he's a really cool guy. Actually, let me look this up real quick. Oh, I might watch it. What was it? Eric Flint. All right, so Eric Flint wrote a book series. It was I think was the first one. 1632 was the name of the book. It was pretty much the name of the book series, but it's written by multiple authors. And let me see.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that one, because there's
Andrew
a lot
Dennis.
of books.
That's who it was. My uncle had asked me to get these books signed by these authors from that series because they had just pretty much everybody. I think it was actually everybody that had written for that series there to sign books, and they did a panel that I went to that was incredible. But they were signing, and I was like, I need this one, this one, this one, this one, and they were just passing it down the line, and it was Andrew Dennis. I remember he picked it up. He's like, hey, do you want me to sign this one as well? Because it's not signed by me. I was like, no, I don't need yours. because it wasn't on the list. And I was like, I don't know if he wants his or not.
Yeah.
So,
But you came
but
across as a dick when you
I
said
did.
it,
I
though.
didn't mean to,
And
and
that
I
was the funny part.
apologized. But when I said that, Eric Flint and everybody else at the table busted out laughing. It was so funny. And I remember after the panel that they did, because the panel was after the signing, and after the panel, Eric Flint and what's the lady's name? I cannot remember her name, and it's gonna kill me. It was Eric Flint, David Weber, and Virginia DeMars. Those three, we stood there and talked for like an hour. About some of the books and the new stuff that they had just written. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna need to pick up I need to pick up a copy of this one. Do you have any with you? Because it had just come out. And he's like, oh yeah, I got a box of them. Come back with me to my booth. So I went back with him to his booth, and he picked up signed it with the con that we were at, with the date and everything, and then handed it to me. He's like, here you go, man, enjoy. And I was like, thank you so much.
That's cool.
The people, all of the authors for that series are incredibly cool people, and they're incredibly funny, witty, smart, because they know history, because this is alternate history.
Yeah.
All of their stuff is incredible, and I wish I'd been able to like record that panel.
Guy Davis says Neil Stephenson's Snow Crash is a solid book if you've read it.
Hold on, let me look. I've read so many books, and I can tell if I've read a book better by the cover of the book than by the name of the book.
+1 for Snow Crash says Melon Stabber.
Awesome. I think so. I think I have. Let me double check. Let me read the. Yes, I have read this book. I read that a little while back. I was still in high school, I know. I was really good friends with the librarian at high school. Yes, it is, and it's really good. Another cyberpunk-esque book. I mean, it's written for like kind of younger people, like freshman-ish age, but it's called Storm Thief. It's called Storm Thief, and it is really good.
Has a more tongue-in-cheek vibe to it as well.
Vibe to it, yeah. Okay. That kind of makes me think of the Dresden Files as well, because it has that tongue-in-cheek vibe to it.
That's how I feel about the Tom Sawyer books.
Oh, well, they were. I was about to say. Tom Sawyer was very tongue-in-cheek on purpose.
No, not the original Tom Sawyer. I'm talking about the one I was telling you about, the Murder of Manatees.
Oh,
where he's that interdimensional insurance agent.
Yes.
And the books are always like voice casted, like performed.
All right, so
and they're so funny.
Real quick, back to Ender's Game. You saw the movie, right?
Yes.
Okay. Did you ever read the book?
I finally did. Actually, I was talking to Mike, and I was like, "Hey, I don't really got anything right now. Like, what do you recommend I read?" And he's like, "Well, shoot, I can send you one free one on Audible." And he starts scrolling. And he's like, "I'm assuming you've read." And the first thing he says, "I'm assuming you read Ender's Game." I'm like, "Nope." And he's like, "Send." Yeah.
I was about to say.
He just gave me that look, like, really?
I read Ender's Game, and then I found out he had written other books. And I was like, oh, let me read these books because they're fantasy. Okay. Sci-fi author that's also written some fantasy. I can dig it.
Yeah.
Because there's a handful of authors like that write some of both.
Yeah, they can just switch.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing.
And that's why I feel like those two genres are so well connected.
Yeah.
And fans of one can easily be fans of another.
Melon Stabber says, I would love to see Seawolf by Jack London as a movie.
I do not think I've read that. That is one I will add to my list, though. Hold on.
Write that down.
I was about to say, I actually do have a list going of books.
Because since we got both of y'all in here, we are actually throwing around the idea of starting a book club through the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
So
we'll
definitely take these down.
If y'all have any other book suggestions, go ahead and drop them.
Yeah. Ender's Game author also wrote the dialogue for the game Advent Rising for PC and Xbox back in the
Yes.
day. Not a masterpiece, but still solid, says Kyra Damus. Yes, I agree. I actually did play that
I
one like
did
back when it
too.
came out on the original Xbox, and that was actually a pretty damn good game.
I played it at a friend's house the first time I ever got to stay over with a friend.
I mean, it was,
Okay, so Orson Scott Card, the
Yep.
guy that wrote the books, wrote what's the name of it? Children of the Mind, and that is or no, that's the fourth book. It was the no, that is the sci-fi one. Which one's the um? Where's his other books at? Because the Seventh Son. That's what
Yeah.
it was. So it's very, very it's called the Card of Tales like series
Mhm.
or card the Tales of Alvin Maker series. Okay. Um. Okay. So the thing is, it's pretty much Narnia,
yeah.
but from a Mormon like thing. It's a Mormon like Narnia.
Melon Stabber says The Blade itself and the rest of the series by Joe Abercrombie.
I think I have read that. I'm not sure. I'll go ahead and write that one down as well, because if
Yeah.
not, I'll probably reread it.
But yeah, we plan on like eventually starting up like a book club thing. So just like give us a follow and uh just a reminder, we now can actually take fan support on Anchor.fm, Harpsichord Daydream. We can take
Wind up. Girl.
donators and donations in the form of like monthly subscriptions where you can do like 99 cents, $4.99, or $9.99 a month. And right now it is just strictly just to kind of give us support, because we hope to eventually like be able to actually focus more on the podcast. And one of the things we have in mind is a book club.
I was
So-
talking about this one just a little bit ago, but yeah, the Scythe trilogy is one that if you have not read, I highly suggest.
Kyra Damus says Wind Up Girl is a good book as well. It's like Blade Runner meets Monsanto and a cyberpunk version of Bangkok.
That sounds awesome. I'm going to have to read that one as well. I wrote
Yeah.
it down.
Got it? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of some more. I mean, of course, if you haven't read the Harry Potter books, I suggest those. Those are good books.
I still can't get into them.
No, you can't.
I mean, hey, at least I actually tried. I read 3 of them.
Yeah.
And I just, it
What
never
kills
really
me
got
is
me.
You read the first 3. The 4th one is my favorite.
Well, the 4th one was I didn't read the first 3. I
Oh.
read 3 of the books
Oh.
because I read Goblet of Fire.
I thought when you
I
said
read
that.
Chamber of Secrets, Goblet of Fire, and I think it was the Phoenix.
Order of the Phoenix.
yeah. I read those, but I mean, I hate to say it, but yeah, I just couldn't. It couldn't
I
grasp me.
understand that. Order of the Phoenix and Goblet of Fire are 2 of the best books, though.
Now, I loved the movie Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I love those movies.
Culture series by Ian M. Banks. Yes. Elon Musk's named his SpaceX. Yes. Yes.
So write that down. The
I-
Culture series.
Have you read it? Have you
Nope.
read that? Oh.
Ian M. Banks. Huh. Cool. What's that one you was telling me about, the Mars trilogy?
Oh, Kim Stanley Robinson's Mars trilogy.
Yeah, that one's another one I want to sit down and try to read after you told me
Highly
about it.
suggest that. Hold on. Kim Stanley Mars. Yeah, when were they written? Oh yeah, they were written in the 90s. It's Red Mars, Green Mars, Blue Mars.
Yeah.
And it's like us terraforming it and everything.
Yeah.
And fun fact, the official flag, or not, I don't think it's technically official, but the flag of Mars is red, green, blue after Kim Stanley Robinson's Mars trilogy,
Huh.
which is awesome. I love that. And Those are really good books. And when I don't know why, but when I think of this, I think of uh, Gravity.
Kyra Damus says the series inspired a lot of stuff for Mass Effect and Halo as well,
Yeah.
speaking in reference to the Culture series.
Um, so let me put down.
So that's one of many things that influenced it. Because I know a lot of the people that was in the office were actually reading Isaac Asimov and Arthur C. Clarke and Philip K. Dick. You know, the big major players of like science fiction writing in general, not just about space exploration.
All right. Another one that I highly suggest is another one of my favorite books, Gravity's Rainbow, by Thomas Pynchon.
Ron Baby 69. Hey there, girls.
Hey.
Yeah, that's more him. He's got the hair. I don't.
I'm gonna write down Gravity's Rainbow because that's another one I want us to read.
Gravity's Rainbow.
Yes.
What's that one about?
Hold on. It's the narrative set. It's like set at the end of World War II, and it's about like V2 rockets and stuff like that.
Okay.
I honestly really like it.
Kyra Damus says, "Oh yeah, Asimov for sure. Foundation trilogy is solid. Yes.
Oh, we were talking about that a minute ago.
Yeah.
Foundation.
In case you haven't heard, Apple TV Plus has released a trailer that they have adapted Foundation into a series that's going to be exclusive to them, and it's actually coming up, I believe, next month.
Oh,
Is when it comes out. It's either next month or September.
Did I tell
it's
you
soon.
about the new Danyism I got the other day?
Oh boy.
He said, "I am not down for handling fecal formations." Let me see this.
Oh man.
Yeah.
He says some of the stupidest but greatest stuff.
Foundation trilogy. It's gonna be such. Such.
Yeah. Foundation's wonderful.
But like Gravity's Rainbow, it's like science fiction, but like paranoid, like war kind of fiction is what like alternate like perspective on history type thing.
Yeah.
Really good. I'm trying to think, is there any more? Let's see. Stuff like that.
I mean, Kyra
Orlando.
Damus says fecal formation sounds like a good band, but there probably sounds like shit.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Martian Chronicles by Ray Bradbury is pretty good.
Oh, and then you got the book, The Martian by Ridley Scott. They got adapted really well into a movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the movie.
Andy Weir, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So,
that's such a good
It's on my list to read because I really like the show. I need to go back and finish the show at some point, but American Gods by Neil Gaiman. I was always told I needed to read the book because everybody was telling me I should watch the show. I finally sat down and watched the show, really liked the show, and found out it was based on an international book or an international bestseller. That's how it is. By Neil Gaiman.
Okay.
And I was like, okay.
So, I think it was actually, it might have been 2015. It probably was. Because it was right when the book came out. My grandmother got it for me because she saw it at Barnes & Noble or something. She's like, yeah, I think he'd like that. Because she does that every so often for me, and that's how I found some really good books. She got me Armada, a novel written by Ernest Cline.
Yeah.
So I read it, and on the front it says, from the author of Ready Player One. And I'm like, okay, that sounds like an interesting book. So after I read Armada, and I was like, that's a good book. I want to see what else I was like, all right, so let's read Ready Player One since he wrote that as well.
Yeah.
Read that, and then about a week after I read the book, it was when the announcement came, like the trailer or whatever dropped for the movie. And I was like, oh, perfect timing.
Kyra Damus says Stranger in a Strange Land is solid
Yes.
too. Same author, Heinlein, who wrote Starship Troopers.
Yes.
I love
I've also
Starship
read,
Troopers.
have you read the Starship Troopers books?
I didn't even know there was books.
Really?
Yeah, I just knew about the movie.
Oh,
I watched
so
the movie
good.
when I was a kid, and I loved the movie.
Let's see.
Dark Matter.
Dark
by
Matter is good
Blake
as well.
Couch. I actually started reading that, and I lost my book, so I never actually got to finish that one.
Man.
Yeah.
That one's good. Highly suggest that one as well.
I'll tell you one book that I felt is like a little diamond hiding in the rough.
What?
It's a book by John Saul called In the Dark of the Night.
Yes.
And that was it's not a real long book by any means, but it was actually a good little horror book. Like it was like a psychological thriller. It was a good little book, and I heard they was actually adapting that into a movie. So I'll actually definitely watch that.
I'll also go ahead and recommend this one again. The Giver books,
Mhm.
especially the first one, are all really good. Actually, if you haven't read them, like the Handmaid's Tale books, those are actually good. Um,
I
or
read the first
yeah,
Maze Runner.
Insurgent.
I couldn't get into
Um,
those. I didn't even finish the first one.
yeah, I didn't either. The Man in High Castle is good by Philip K. Dick.
Oh, anything
Yeah.
by Philip K. Dick's good.
Let's see, what else we got here? Oh, of course, Animal Farm.
Yeah.
Great read. Running
George
Man.
Orwell. Yeah.
The Running Man by Stephen King.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Good one too.
1984. Ooh. Have you read Battle Royale?
I have not.
That's the book that Japanese movie was based on.
Oh.
That's where the term Battle Royale comes from.
Kyra Damus says, "Got to roll, fellas. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the book recos."
Oh. Yeah, we'll catch you
yeah.
whenever, man.
We'll catch you
Thank you
next
for
time, bud.
hopping
Thank you
in.
for jumping in.
Metro 2033 is good.
Yeah,
Under the
I've
Never
got to read
Sky.
the Metro books.
Um,
I did read
Mortal Engines was good.
I did read the book that Stalker's based on, which is
Yeah.
Roadside Picnic. It's
Ooh,
it's
yes.
somewhat difficult to read because it's actually a Russian novel and the dialect didn't translate very well to English, so it's a little bit difficult to read.
All right.
Just a little bit.
I'm looking through this. It says 60 dystopian novels you should read. So we got Handmaid's Tale, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep.
Yeah.
Good. Man in High Castle. Was that Future Home of the Living Good?
Living God.
Or Living God.
Louise.
That's my bad. Brave New World is really good. Red Clocks is really good. The Bees is good. All the Birds in the Sky is good. Giver, of course. Animal Farm, of course. Wrinkle in Time is actually really good. Hunger Games. The books are decent.
The Clockwork Orange.
Clockwork Orange, of course.
Yeah.
1984. Fahrenheit 451 is a pretty
Yep.
good book. Time Machine is such a good book. The Rift is a good book. Running Man's a good book. War of the Worlds.
Yes.
Such a good book.
Ender's Game, Lord of the Flies.
Yeah. And Lord of the Flies is alright. It's not my favorite. City of Ember. If you haven't read that,
I saw the movie. I never actually read the book.
The book's way better than the movie.
I figured. Logan's Run.
I was about to say Logan's Run. Red Rising. Slaughterhouse 5.
Haven't read that one actually.
You haven't?
I have not.
I thought that was one you would have read.
I'm making a point not to read that one.
With this one?
Yeah.
Oh, you
That game
haven't
is
read
too
that?
fucking massive.
You haven't read that?
Yeah, I've got it sitting in there, but after I seen how big it was, I was like, man, I don't got
know
enough
you
time
had it
for
in
that.
there. I might reread it.
No. I ain't got enough time for that kind of book. Good Lord, I'll read Cliff Notes.
Like I said, I might reread it. I'm trying to think. I'll just have to. He wrote such a good book. I'm trying to think. Is there any other dystopian books you can think of like that are good?
Dystopian.
I mean, I think that pretty much covered them.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, actually, I thought it would have left off some of like the good ones or something.
Oh, there's that book, The Road,
Oh yeah.
which it's not really dystopian. It's more of like post-Armageddon, just straight up.
It's in that vein though.
Yeah. That was actually a decent enough book. And it actually made a pretty good movie because Viggo Mortensen played in it.
Yeah.
Would you consider Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy dystopian?
No.
No.
That's
Okay.
just intergalactic politics at its finest.
Fair enough.
That's the only politics I can get into is those books.
A couple of the Terminator books weren't bad
Yeah.
because they made a couple of, like, little tie-ins to the films.
It's not dystopian, but A Long Dark Tea Time for the Soul, also written by Douglas Adams, is a really
Ron
good
Baby
book.
69, you two boozing it up tonight? Yeah,
Not tonight.
yeah,
Well-
that ain't the word.
That ain't the word, man.
That ain't the word.
Yeah, but Long Dark Tea Time of the Soul, also written by Douglas Adams, is a really good book. Like, I'm pretty sure most of these books that I've named are either on my bookshelf at the house or on my mom's bookshelf at the house.
Overall guy, is the guy on the right your dad?
No.
No, I'm his cousin, actually.
Yeah.
I'm only just. Well, how old are you again? 21?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm only 8 years older
I
than
was
him.
about to say, well, you were
Well,
born
7 and a
here.
half
No, no,
years.
no. You were born this year. I was born in 2000. You were born 8 years before me. I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of easy math if you look at it.
Well, I wasn't even thinking about birth year, sir.
It might just be the way my brain works.
Apparently they think I'm your dad. How would you feel calling me Pappy?
Well, there's a settlement.
You writing it down?
Yep.
Ron Baby 69, you two got husbands? No, sir. I am straight. What are you writing? Oh, yeah, you're writing that thing I just said.
What was it when you said the other day? You wrote it down and or you typed it down on your phone.
When I said,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, I said, may actually pull it up on my phone. Ron Baby 69, you're not in Alabama? No, sir, we're from Georgia. Let me look up what that was because I cannot remember it off the top of my head.
That was.
Oh.
Lord.
What handicapped sperm won a one-sided race to reach a shriveled egg to produce this dumbass?
Dear Lord.
Overall guy 11, your profile picture is in complete parallel to you in real life. That's his profile picture.
Yep. Yeah,
Yep, that is
it's
all
pretty good.
him.
It's pretty close. Let's see more books.
Ron Baby 69, which one
He's
of you is
older.
older? That's me. 29. You what now?
I'm trying to think of some more good books. It's all the way back here. Let's see science fiction stuff. So yeah, I mean we've got Dune, of course. Highly suggest those books.
Yep.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. All
Yeah.
of those are great books. Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
great books.
definitely.
Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Yeah.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
From the earth to the moon.
From the Earth to the Moon. Master of the World. Around the World in 80 Days. Just anything written by him, pretty much. Jules Verne was such a good author. Your picture's like a
Overall-
15-year-old. Okay.
Yeah. Kind of taking shots at you.
I'm used to it. Like before they stopped making us wear face masks at work.
Oh, yeah.
I
Everybody
was
call
called
you
ma'am a
ma'am.
good handful of times, and I even had a guy hit on me. It was Bug Eyes, by the way.
Ron Baby 69, you guys movie buffs? Yes, sir. Lots of them.
Movies, books, comics,
Video games.
nerd shit in
I
general.
mean, yeah, nerd shit in general. Just straight up, that is all us.
The back of my laptop is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure currently. Sticker bombed it. Not
And then
too
we've got
terribly long
like just
ago.
little figurines just scattered everywhere up here.
Man.
Just nerd shit.
My Richard Simmons pop figure. That's still the best pop figure that I have. Oh, my next two are on the way. I told you that, right?
Yeah.
Trying to think other stuff that we into like that.
Ron Baby 69, how was Old, the new M. Night movie?
I have not seen it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to see it because
Not a
I'm
M. Night
not a
Shyamalan
fan of M. Night Shyamalan movies.
I haven't been a fan since The Village.
Yeah, I think that was the last one that I actually semi-enjoyed.
Yeah.
Well,
Anything after that.
My
just,
thing is, Signs made me want to like just punch him in the face. That was my thing.
No, I did kind of enjoy Signs, but
Don't at me, M. Night Shyamalan. I will wear up on you.
overall guy 11, do you think COVID is a Chinese bioweapon?
Anything can happen. I don't know. It
I
could have
mean-
been. It could have been people like. I mean, I understand like the whole bats thing because in an open air market, you've got so much movement between animals and humans, and you've
Yeah.
got so much. You're gonna have so much genetic diversity because you're moving those animals.
Yeah.
That it'll be easy for one to have a genetic mutation that would make that virus able to be transferred to humans, or the virus itself to mutate and transfer itself over to
Former
humans.
witness 7106, listen to me very carefully. We don't have too much time. Light Yagami
You
is
like
Kira,
Yagami is Kira.
and Misa Main is the second Kira.
All right, thank you for the heads up. We will.
What?
Have you not watched Death Note?
I couldn't get into it.
Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, been down this road. I'm
Okay.
extremely picky about
At
anime.
least 2 rules added to the notebook were fake. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Everybody
all
get on
in.
it. Where's the?
No, my mom's over here. Never
What
mind.
was it? Oh. Get a hold of the police. Where's everybody at? I haven't watched. I need to watch Death Note again. It's been a minute. I haven't watched it since like middle school.
Yeah, we kind of been over this couple times. I'm just super picky about anime, like to the point where if I'm not in it, like the first 2 episodes, or the first episode for that matter, then I'm just nah.
Also, we are also fans of card games and such. I am wearing a TCG player T-shirt. Let's go off topic, but she hates a hermit.
You want to say that a little bit louder for everybody else?
I don't want to go off topic, but I've surging case of hermits. Oh no, okay.
Scorching case
Okay.
of hemorrhoids.
Scorching case of hemorrhoids. All right. How bad
Ouch.
is this? Your first time having hemorrhoids, or is it chronic? That's my next question.
That's just no.
Because I know like some people have them chronic, and that's like I actually know a few people that do have them chronic, but that's from other reasons.
What were we even talking about a minute ago?
Hell if I remember.
Oh yeah, anime.
Yeah, like there's a handful I can't get into, but for the most part, I can get into anime.
I wish, Chronic brother.
Oh man.
Oof.
I have been paid by somebody else to rub some preparation H on them, so yeah.
Anyway.
Oh man.
Man.
Goodness, I feel bad
No,
for you, man.
the few that I've actually been able to get into over the years is like Dragon Ball, Yu Yu
That
Hakusho.
one honestly kind of, or no, that Yu Yu Hakusho surprised me a little bit.
Yeah, I know, right? We do not want pics, brother. I'm sorry.
Pixar didn't happen. Hold on.
No.
I think you can contact us on the website, so send it
No,
that
you
way.
No.
Linktree in our
You can be
pinned
a
to the top
weird
post on our
motherfucker
Reddit.
sometimes. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You send it in. When we get T-shirts, we will contact you, get your address, and send you a T-shirt.
I'm making 69. Want to know a secret?
Sure, why not?
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm the weird one. This guy's just a cynical bastard. Let's see. I do want to know a secret. What is it?
Does it a secret box with a secret string?
When you pull it, it reveals a embarrassing picture of SpongeBob.
Bob at the Christmas party.
Man, old SpongeBob was good.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, of course.
Yeah.
So sad he passed away. Oh, did you hear about what happened with Butch Hartman recently?
Who?
Butch Hartman, the guy who did Danny Phantom,
Oh, no.
Fairly Odd Parents.
What's happening to him?
Okay, so like after he left Nickelodeon,
Yeah.
he has started up his own streaming service,
Really?
and he got it. He had a Kickstarter,
Yeah.
and it got funded. And after it gets funded, he reveals that it is a Christian-based streaming service, and that's interesting. Especially coming from, I don't know, I just interesting. Like,
I mean, each their own.
I mean, yeah, but he should have told people beforehand as well.
Yeah. I feel like that was a little bit less informative.
Yeah, he should have really told people before they started backing his Kickstarter.
Shame on him.
I made a Kickstarter for a joke several years ago.
You made it. Oh, what'd you make it for?
Um, so I don't even. I think it was at one of my friend's house. They had a ginkgo tree,
Uh
and ginkgo trees drop berries like during the summer.
huh.
And when they start rotting on the ground, if you don't move them, it smells like just disgusting, rotting everything.
Oof.
Yeah. So we used to call them poo berries. Like, and we'd have poo berry fights, throw them at each other, shit like that. And then one day, his dad said he was going to cut it down, and we told him, and it was like, hey, you can't, because it's a business asset. And he was like, what the hell do you mean by that? And we said, we sell them online and some other stuff. And he was like, there's no proof of that, blah, blah, blah. So I started a Kickstarter to get our company started.
Oh my god.
So we wouldn't cut down the tree, so we could keep throwing these nasty ass berries at each other.
Wow. What the hell?
Nobody ever donated.
Duh.
What do you mean, duh? We can make it like we were like we can make them into anything: tarts, pies, fruit leather, and something else. Like I don't know. It was
Fruit
like,
leather?
It's like I think it said anything else you can dream or something like
Oh
that.
my lord. Wow.
Like we made it looked like a night like a vaporwave like PowerPoint presentation for each picture on the Kickstarter.
Wow.
And we like posted a link to it on Facebook and stuff. And his dad said something about it later.
Oh my god, man.
It was so funny. Oh, we used to do so much stupid shit, dude.
Probably the only thing closest I've done to that is I think it was my freshman or sophomore year of high school. We were sitting in the we still had flip phones back then.
Yeah.
That's how long ago it was. We were sitting in the lunchroom, you know, eating lunch, whatever, and a buddy of mine across the table just kind of looks at me and goes, "Hey, want to do something funny?"
Oh no.
I was like, "What?" He's like, "You got your phone on you?" I'm like, "Wow, what do you got in mind?" He says, "Let's call Domino's and order 25 Mega Supreme pizzas and have it put in the principal's name." And I was just like, "What?"
Did y'all do
He's like,
it?
"Come on, dude, do it." I'm like, "Hell no." I pulled out my phone, I put it across the table, I said, "You won't do it." Sure enough, he picked up the phone and ordered in, like, I think he said 25, what did he say? Like Supreme huge pan pizzas. like the most expensive thing at the time,
Crap, yeah.
and just like literally ordered 25 of them, put it in the principal's name, and they delivered it to the high school.
Was it Jeff at the time, or was it?
Well, we're not going to use names.
Well, I'm just saying Jeff. I mean, was it him or was it the other guy?
I think it was the one no, it was before him.
The one before him? Okay, yeah. I know you're talking about. I mean, that's why I worded it like that.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, that we literally did that.
I told you about what I did to him, right? He was walking. I don't remember why, but I had a wash rag in my hand. I think I had grabbed it from like one of the janitors or something for my nursing class. But I was walking by and I looked at him and I said, "Hey boy, you need a shoe shine?" And he was like, and he just kind of, he was like, "Why not?" So he sat down because he had these really nice like Oxfords that he'd wear
Yeah.
sometimes. And I was like shining him with it, and I was like, "Well, how's your day going?" And just like doing just some like random ass bullshit.
And
He's like, "It's going pretty good and stuff." And then there was another time I was like, "I'm gonna get
No,
him."
keep it going. You did something after
I know,
that.
no, that was the first time I did it.
Oh, okay.
The second time I was like, I'm gonna get him good. So I walked around with I kind of like planned it, like, cause I knew he'd be walking somewhere.
Yeah.
So I had a spray bottle in my like hanging out of my pocket, 2 rags, and then like a piece of leather and something else. So it kind of looks like I could like shine shoes with the
Legitimately
stuff I
shine
had.
shoes, yeah.
And I walked by him. I said, "Hey boy, you need a shine?" And he's like, "Why not?" He sits down. I come up behind him and I spray the top of his head and start shining it. He just bust out laughing. And he was like, "Well, you got me." And I said, "You said you wanted to shine, didn't you?" Oh, I got him a handful of times with stuff like that. And he
trying
was
to think.
only reason I did is because him and my dad were good friends in high school.
Yeah.
So I know he was a cool guy and everything. And I know he could take a joke.
So I'm not going to give any names on anything. I'm even going to like change. I'm not even going to give specific locations.
Oh, boy.
Of what I'm about to tell you. The first and only time I ever. Former witness 7106. Are you the police guys? What? No, no, sir.
I don't think so. I do not, or at least I do not know what you are referring to when you say police guys. I mean, I'm not a policeman. I'm not in the band, the police.
That's a fair point. Yeah.
I haven't. Well, no, I got arrested technically. Well, no,
So-
I didn't even get arrested. I got put in the back of the car and then taken to Aaron's
So
house.
anyway, the first and only frat party I went to.
Oh boy,
I'm only going to give you the big highlight. I'm not going to give you any
was
of
it
the
when you
actual
were in
details.
college?
Yes, actually, because
Was it at your college?
no,
Well,
No,
no,
my
no,
college didn't
yeah,
have
never
one.
mind. You gotta tell me if you're cops, right? No, we are not cops. If we were cops, we'd be not cops anymore.
I think he's referencing Breaking Bad.
I mean, if he is, yeah.
Yeah.
When I read that, I did kind of think about that,
So no,
but
we were because during in between like our classes, we would go outside and have a
we've
smoke
done stupid
break.
stuff. I'll
You know,
tell some
take-
stories
Yeah,
in a second.
we go get food, whatever. So like we're out there one day, and one dude gets a call, and he steps off to the side for a minute, talks to him. We're still just kind of sitting there smoking, just talking back and forth. And he comes back and he's like, "Hey, dudes." Now, this dude almost acted exactly the way I'm phrasing this.
That's why
He's
I'm
like-
laughing, because I knew he probably
He was literally
did.
like, "Hey, dudes, just got a call from a buddy of mine up in chat. And he says that they're having a party tonight.
Oh boy.
And he told me I could bring as many people as I wanted, as long as I brought booze. Are y'all in?" Well, it just so happened that like the day before, we had got our deposit that month for the school grant. So
I wish you guys could see what's happening off camera.
so we said yes, and it would wind up being like 5 of us going.
Why don't you come around here and do it? Oh, come on.
So we went to the party,
Then
and
continue
it was on campus. It was on campus on the north side of Chat. So it was way up there.
UTC?
I'm not saying either way.
Okay.
It wasn't UTC though, but yeah, it was one of the bigger ones that actually had a campus.
I know which one you're talking about then. Okay.
So anyway,
Okay.
I don't even remember the name of it honestly. I just remember that was where it was, and I could probably recognize the crest facade again.
I've been to a
But-
party there.
Anyway, so
Long story. Might not tell it here. Might. We'll find out in a minute. But it
so
was technically a sorority party.
yeah. The highlight of it was we got mega messed up.
Like he worked in the SPCA and saved mini cats.
The highlight is we got mega drunk,
Oh no.
and it was a mixture of everything you could think of. Before it was over with, one of the guys that I was partying with, because it was me who did this, it was me and like 3 other people that actually went to college there. It wasn't even any of the guys I went with,
Yeah.
but we got super messed up.
Oh no.
One dude was was about to get kicked out, and so he was just going.
Sounds about right.
He was going party hard, you know.
Yeah.
So the 4 of us, what we wound up doing, you know where the statue is,
Yeah.
if you know where I'm
Yes.
talking about.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Before it was over with, 3 of us were on the statue, and another dude was taking pictures, and we were pretending we were on Gulliver's Travels. We were actually like talking to each other in that dialect and everything.
Greetings, Dr. Fuck. Hell yeah.
Oh, it's my buddy again.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, legit. Somewhere on
At the local
somebody's
shelter.
hard drive, if it still exists, there are pictures of me hanging off that statue,
That's awesome.
drunk as hell.
Would you like to hear the story
And
about
the
the time
old-
I went to a sorority party
What's
there?
fucked up is the old boy that was about to get kicked out. He was the one that took the picture. So whenever
Woot woot.
whenever campus security got to us, started coming after us,
Welcome.
he actually stayed behind and held him off while the 3 of us ran. But they found out who I was, and I actually got a notification somehow saying that I wasn't allowed to ever go back on campus, and even during visiting hours, just straight up. Feed me that validation.
Give me that validation. You are wanted. You are needed. We all love you here. And if nobody's told you today, your balls look amazing.
Oh, good God. You said it.
So, would you like to hear the story of the time I went to a sorority party there?
I've got a sick, snoring backtrack behind me right now, and I may or may not be inebriated. Fair enough.
Sounds like you're having a good time.
Like a shooting star racing
So-
through the sky.
There was one of the few bets that I've lost against Aaron. His girlfriend at the time went there, and if I lost the bet, I had to dress up as a woman and go with her there to a sorority party. So I went to a sorority party.
Yeah.
I got white girl wasted with a bunch of white girls,
Oh, boy.
and we did a bunch of white girl shit.
Former witness 7106 says sororities aren't allowed to host parties.
Well, it wasn't
was
at a sorority. It was a bunch of sorority girls.
That never.
That doesn't stop
the one I
them
went
anyway,
to.
but especially there.
Yeah, I know they're not, but
Yeah,
it
wasn't.
didn't stop anybody.
It wasn't at the sorority, but it was like the sorority, like
Yes.
those girls.
Because if there's a
Because
party
they,
going
dear
down,
Lord,
if there's a party going down on some sorority campus, whatever, people are gonna find ways there.
it was actually a fun night.
Dr. Fuck says, "Oh yeah, could have been having a better
Better
time.
time.
Was at a bar where some chick was getting up on my business, but her boyfriend showed up.
Oh man,
Ooh, yeah, that would suck. That would be awful.
come a
Bad
little
situation to
bit
be in.
closer, you're my kind of. It just makes me think of that song.
Come a little bit closer
yeah,
by
'cause
Jay and
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I mean that's what the story of the song is. Like she's telling him is like, "Come a little bit closer, you're my kind of man."
yeah,
And then it's like her boyfriend shows up, and as he's jumping through the window, he hears her say to Jose, "Come a
Yeah.
little bit closer, you're my kind of man." I love that song, and that was used perfectly in Guardians of the Galaxy
Yeah, it
Volume
was.
2.
Oddly enough, I don't know
Dear
what it is
Lord.
about James Gunn, but he finds the perfect non-fight music to put. in
That's
the
why I'm
fights.
excited. Not next week, but the week after, we get fucking Suicide Squad.
Yes.
We've
That's
already
gonna
got
be
we got
awesome.
that day off work. Hopefully, if Christy
Yeah.
remembers to write it down. But
Dr. Fuck says, yeah, it was still nice though. It was just a bit more of that validation crack.
yeah, boy, I get that. I get that.
Fair enough.
100%.
Dr.
But
Fuck, attention is the best stimulant.
this is a pretty good stimulant.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Only the
I need you
Olympics.
to say it.
What?
I said something about stimulants.
Oh.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Oh,
I need you to say it. Come on. Come on.
my best Rick James
Yes.
impression. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. I do not freebase cocaine.
Come on, say the rest of it.
I do some toot now, like my birthday or something, you know. Yeah, just reference to that old gimmick.
Get you some schneef, man. So, near us, we are going
real quick,
to be.
Dr. Fuck says, be careful around sorority chicks. JF,
Just for your-
just for your information, my brother got cheated on after a 10-year relationship from a sorority chick.
In the year and a half span that I spent with my friend Aaron, I was never dedicated to one woman.
Dr. Fuck says something about that thing breeds danger.
I had like
Yeah.
between 6 and 8, depending on how you want to count it, friends with benefits in that party group, and it was great.
Ron Baby 69 says, you guys know how they separate the men from the boys in Georgia? Oh no. I'm guessing this
I
is
want to
gonna-
hear this one.
Okay, I'm
Come
guessing
on.
this is going to be
Bring
something
it- bring it
along
on.
the lines of
It's like they caught their sister.
by use of the police.
I want to see this one.
With a crowbar. Yep, I knew it was going to be something like that. I knew it. I knew where that was going before it even happened.
Oh man, that one was
That's
all
pretty
right.
fucked
Yeah,
up.
that is.
Just a reminder to our listeners, we take open suggestions for topics, or if you want something we want to.
If you got some jokes, if you got anything like
yeah,
that,
just
drop
whatever
it
you
on
want to
down.
do. Dr. Fuck says I have yet to embrace the friends with benefits thing. Was just talking about that.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Because what would happen is I had a friend and I pretty much lived with him for a while. And every weekend, Saturday through Sunday, it was pretty much nothing but partying. And it was almost always, it was pretty much the same main group of people. And then
Yeah.
a few other people that would just kind of flow in and out, just depending on like if they were available that weekend, blah, blah, blah. And man, were those girls good. I miss Miranda. That booty, man. All right.
You good, bro? You good? Can you
Thinking
make
back.
it?
I need to hit up Alexis. Is what I need to do. That's the one.
Noise.
That's the one I earned the coupon
Dr.
from.
Fuck says noise.
I pretty much trips at this girl, because of like she just had like a bad time that night, and I
Dr.
pretty
Fuck.
much babysat her, and
Doc-
she gave me a coupon. Still have it. Still
Oh
valid.
yeah.
Have not decided on when I'm using it yet, but it's 24 hours of whatever I want, whatever the hell I want to do with her. And it's gonna be great.
Dr. Fuck says I just turned 30 recently. Been feeling like I need to sow my wild cats more deliberately, so to speak.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
understand that. I understand that. Sorry, I got choked up a little bit.
Ron Baby 69 says, which one of you would win in the pillow fight? Me.
No. I'd be an unstoppable plush juggernaut, motherfucker.
Yeah, but,
half
but
pillow, half man.
at that point, I just got to push you over and
Oh.
just sit on your shoulders.
Awesome. Or just pull a dandle. Listen, okay, listen to this real quick. So I'm sitting here at my I'm sitting right here where I'm sitting right now. I don't even remember what we were talking about. And my cousin just comes up, acts like he's rolling something around in his hand, does like that, says, Nat 20, critical hit. And boom, frogs the shit out of my shoulder, knocking my shoulder out of place.
Dr. Fuck says just moved to NYC recently. Is like Mecca for
booty. All right, bud. All right. Highly recommend it. Okay, so I have a friend who's in the army. He's in South Korea currently, and I'm going to be visiting him whenever COVID restrictions and everything go down.
Yeah.
And him and I are going out for night on the town for some booty. We have already talked about it. He said we are going to
Hell, if I
try and have a
figure out-
perfect week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if I can figure out how and see if I can get the funds up, I'll go.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. Like, as soon as I hear anything about them starting to drop restrictions, I'm gonna go ahead and get my passport.
Yeah.
And then I'm
That
gonna
is the
start
part that
looking.
sucks, but
And I'm gonna start
yeah.
looking on Orbitz for fucking plane tickets. You're gonna have to go to like Denver 3 times, but we'll get there. And it only costs like $80 because it's fucking Orbitz.
But now,
Have you ever seen the ridiculous shit on Orbitz? It's like you'll get like a ticket from like LA to Atlanta for like $50 maybe. But you got to go to like some like weird airport in Ohio like 4 times with connecting flights to get there.
Dr. Fuck says I have a weird history with the booty.
The booty be good, man.
Yeah.
The booty be good.
That's one of my favorite things one of my friends has
Hey,
ever said.
one
He's like,
second. In a world full of lollipops, I'm just trying to stay sucker free, man.
I love that, man.
I love that. It was one of my favorite like.
No, one of my favorite things that I've ever heard one of my friends say was, it was when the Friday the 13th game had just come out,
Oh no.
and he had it day one. I went over to his house after one day. He was like, "Yeah, I got Friday the 13th. It's actually pretty good." And I was like, "Oh, cool." And he was showing me like some of the features about it, and he's like, "This is the character I always play as." I'm like, "Oh, cool." And he goes, "Here, I'll show you why." He boots into a game, and as soon as it pulls up, he goes, "Cause she got the booty."
All right.
He says
so
it just like that. He's like, "She got the booty."
I was texting one of my friends one time. And he's like, "Hey man, you want to come over? I'm over here with a few of our other friends. We've been enjoying some left-handed cigarettes. Come on over, man." And I was like, "All right, I'll be there in a few minutes." And he was like, "All right, see you when you get here." Get to his place with Logan. Both of us are there. And as we walk in, I don't know what the hell they were talking about before, but I walk in and one of them just, this is all I hear. Yeah, I do think I could take Betty White in a fight.
Shit, people say that you just walk in on.
And I'm like, what? And he's like, and then one of the other guys was like, wait, is it now or when she was in her prime? And I was like, when would you take Betty White in her prime? When would you consider her prime? Was that like Golden Girls years? Or was that like when she was like in her 30s, 20s?
Yeah.
Or do you think she could just straight up kick his ass right now? Because I think she might be able to take him.
Yeah. You hear the weirdest shit from a close group of friends.
I also have the weirdest friends.
Yeah.
Like some of the.
Old Dandel lurking in the background. What's up, bud?
As you can see, him and his national. I about said national.
Dr. Buck says the
natural
guy
habitat.
that's snoring behind me actually has been one of my better wingmen, but I don't hurt.
Yeah. You don't hunt that often.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aaron is one of the best wingmen, but he does it in the worst way.
No, he's the best wingman.
I told you what he does, right? My friend Aaron?
No.
Literally everybody that like comes to a party.
Yes, he's doing it.
Hell yeah. Go Dandel.
Go
Go
Dandel.
Dandel. Go Dandel. Go Dandel. Alright. So pretty much
Anyway.
anybody like that would be at a party, and I mean everybody, He
Yeah.
just give my fucking number to. Ugh. It was. Those are some interesting people,
Wow.
but I've gotten some great booty calls.
Fair enough. Ron Baby 69 says, "What the fuck is that thing in the back?"
That's Dandel,
That is Dandel.
the ultimate windmill machine.
Dr. Fuck says, I think I'm like 2/3 with this guy, although we still have tomorrow.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
We will be doing a podcast tomorrow, won't we? Yeah, we will.
I don't know.
I plan on it.
Oh,
at
well,
least,
okay.
yeah. So if anybody listening would like to join us tomorrow,
Are you
We'll
off
catch us.
tomorrow?
no, I'm not.
Yeesh.
I wish I was. I'm not off till Monday,
Yeah.
but that's good that I'm off Monday.
Ron Baby 69, you guys ever seen a 52-year-old man naked?
Yes, I worked in a nursing home for a while. I have seen someone about that age naked, and I've seen a lot of people older than that naked. I've seen 100-year-old people naked. It's not pretty. It's all wrinkles. What?
Rip for your beard, though.
I know.
Oh,
Gotta see
man.
it. I gotta see it every day. All right. All right. I understand that.
Dr. Fuck says YMCA, baby.
52-year-old men.
Yes.
52-year-old men are like the most confident people at the YMCA.
Saunas are naked old man sinful. Yep.
Yeah.
What's up?
But also like 52-year-old people are the usually make up the majority of the people at the YMCA though.
Yeah.
That is an old person gym. I'm
Ron
sorry
Baby
to say.
69 says there's a moose loose in the back.
Das Musen. I said that at work. I said that at work today. I don't even remember why, but somebody said something about a moose, and I looked at him and just said Das Musen. We get it. We say some of the weirdest shit at work. But my favorite person to hear say something is Mia, because it's always fucking gold.
Yeah.
Whenever she says something like
Yeah,
that.
she's cool.
She's so funny too. And it's so funny because I'm the only person other than Patrick that will serve bug eyes. The crazy crackhead that comes in that's got like scruff, real crazy bug eyes.
I mean, I deal with so many of them.
Listen, he is super skinny, always gets just a plate, never gets you to wrap it, never gets a fork. Always gets cornbread. Anyways, he has hit on everybody back there except Patrick, including me, because I was wearing a face mask and I
Wow.
do kind of look like a woman when I wear a face mask. I
Oh,
said
then.
something. He said something about me looking sweet, and I pulled down my face mask and used my like regular speaking voice. And he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry,"
Wow.
but he said something real creepy to Mia. Oh, it was she had accidentally printed an extra 16-piece sticker, and I just stuck it on her back. I don't think she noticed, and
Yeah.
he said something about it to her, and she was like, "Oh, yeah, it's a 16-piece." And he was like, "Oh, I think you're worth more than that, sweetie."
Oh,
And we were like,
God.
"Oh." And then she said, I gotta go grab." She just kind of looked at me, and I got what she was saying. And
Wrong
she
baby.
said,
Wrong
"I'm going
babies.
to the." I said, "Let me grab something real quick," and I finished serving him.
Ron Baby 69 says it's not just when you wear a face mask.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Dr. Fuck says, but I paid for success rate with quality and number of attempts,
And it's fucking with my head.
head. Wow. No, there are no words for that.
Oh, have we decided what Josh Adia's thing is going to be? Because of the
I
one he
haven't
said
heard
yesterday. Did you not hear the one he said last night?
Faintly.
Okay. He
Right.
said, "I've wienered so many people's
Oh, yeah.
moms out of spite."
He said
That
some
got
fucked
me.
up shit.
That really got me when he said that.
What did he say afterwards? It's like, you'll suffer from asphyxiation. Or no. Oh, fuck.
Hello, there are plenty of words.
He said,
What was it he said after that?
it was something that rhymes with cock. Because he said, like, You'll go into
Oh,
anaphylactic shock
is-
when you lay eyes on my cock. That's what
yeah,
he
that's
said.
what it's like. You'll go into anaphylactic shock when you lay eyes on this cock.
Yeah. Dr. Fuck says, I warned you about my inebriation.
Yep.
Fair enough. I warn everybody when I'm that way as well.
Well, I mean, comes with the territory.
Yeah. Just a reminder to chat. We do take topics for
we
discussion.
we
love
also love. I
interacting.
was about to say we also just love interacting
Yeah.
with everybody in chat. That's what we're here for. We're here to talk to everybody
Be
about
sure,
anything.
be sure to keep to download us on Spotify and Google Podcasts and everything else you've got.
You ever had to replace a colostomy bag? You have? Let's talk about it.
Oh, good God, I hate them things.
I had to like technically reinstall one on somebody.
Oof, no.
Yeah, I like put
couldn't
like
do
the
it.
seal and everything back on. Yeah, that's something else, dude.
No, I'm good.
You just
I'm
don't
good.
breathe when you do it. Also had a guy rip out a PICC line when I was at the nursing home. You know what a PICC line is?
No.
It's a thing. It's like an IV type thing that goes in the arm, but it goes directly to the heart.
Oh,
He pulled it out. We don't know how he did it, or like what transpired,
yeah.
because the bandage was still on there perfectly. There was no blood spurting out everywhere like there should have been, and the PICC line was just laying off, tossed to the side. We do not know what happened there. I've also had some darker things happen in the nursing home we're not going to talk about right now, but I did get stabbed by a lady there. This lady has real bad dementia, not allowed to have metal utensils or even knives at all. She fucking pulls out a steak knife from the like in between her leg and the side of the wheelchair and shanks me in the arm.
Ouch.
Dear Lord.
Dr. Fuck says more fucking equals more fulfillment, right?
Not always.
No, not always. It's good to have
Quality
it,
over quantity, of course.
but yeah.
Apparently I just hit the jackpot with Aaron and his group of friends, because all of them were rather decent quality.
Yeah.
Pretty much everyone who wasn't were people that filtered in and out.
Fair enough. Yeah. Just partiers.
Yeah.
Going from one party leech to the next.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just
Know the type.
some of the people I met with hanging out with him, dude.
Yeah, I need to go to one of these parties.
All right, I've told it on here once before, but I'm gonna
Oh,
tell it
boy,
again.
here
It's a
we
pretty
go.
good story. So the way his apartment is he's got a balcony, and then like next to the balcony, not connected to it, but like next to it, connected through another room, is the fire escape.
Dr. Fuck says, didn't Jesus say to fuck bitches, though? Did I get that wrong?
You're not wrong. That's the 420th commandment right there. Or it might have been the 69th. I get him confused. My bad. So we're hanging out
What
on
the
his.
fuck?
Something was. A bitch puked on the balcony. That's what it was.
Oh.
So we were hanging out on his fire escape while one of the guys there, he volunteered to clean it up, and we were like, "Thanks, man. We appreciate it." Blah blah blah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we were out smoking on the fire escape. We're sitting there and we hear, well, we thought were police cars, and we were like, oh shit, okay. Because we couldn't see the lights because the way the building's positioned with the everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then we hear some commotion upstairs. And we're like, what the fuck? And then we just hear somebody walking down, and it's just a guy whistling. And we look over, and it's just a cop. And we're like, hey man, all right. And he just comes over, just kind of starts talking, and we're like,
yeah.
is our music too loud or something? Because I mean, we were smoking pot when he walked down. I
Yeah.
mean, like we're like, oh shit, okay, he probably smelled it. He was like, he kind of was like, nah, I just smelled a party from up there, and I thought I'd join in. And we're like, okay. So he was down there hanging out with us for a while, and he was like, all right, I gotta go. I gotta get, like, I'm still on duty, blah blah blah. And we're like, what happened upstairs? Like, oh yeah, that guy died. We were like, oh fuck.
Damn.
Okay. That cop did join us for a handful of other parties though. He was real chill. He was like a guy. He was like in his 50s, I think. Like, I think he was actually in his 60s. He's like, man, I'm just riding this out till retirement, blah blah blah.
Fair enough.
But he was a hippie like type guy, like
Yeah.
Like he's like lived through some stuff.
Dr. Fuck says I can't let my education go to waste either.
What kind of education you got, man?
Yeah, what
So-
you in college right now, or you graduate?
Like I think graduate because he said 30 something. But I mean, everybody goes to college at different times.
Yeah.
Blah.
Yeah,
Especially now, it's gotten a lot more common to wait a little bit before college.
yeah.
There was who was it? There's somebody I was talking to recently. They're like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to college." I'm like, I don't remember who it was, but somebody who you're just like, I'm surprised you graduated high school and you're going to college.
Dr. Fuck says graduated from the school of fuck in '69.
Hell yeah, brother. Alumni as well.
Have you ever even done a '69?
Yes.
Okay.
I also had one go horribly awry one time.
Did you shit in your face?
No,
Did you bite off 3 inches of your dick?
no.
Dr. Fuck said my weirdest cop encounter was probably pulling over on the side of the road when I had an idea of something to write.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
boy.
That's interesting. Stuff like that. I've had that happen before. We were on the way to the gas station to pick up snacks with one of my friends one time,
Mm-hmm.
and we were way too big to be driving.
Yeah,
way too
Fair
big.
enough.
And we got about halfway there, and they're like, "Okay, we're gonna pull over for a second, sober up," and we all fell asleep. And then a cop woke us up, knocking on the window, scared the shit out of all of us.
Dr. Fuck says I had these little
Moleskin
moleskin notebooks
I
was
love
on the
Moleskine
highway,
notebooks.
pulled over in front of a cop.
Oh, okay, yeah.
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 You don't get pulled over by the cops. The cops let you pull over.
Usually, yeah. I don't remember how the topic got brought up, but somebody said something about the Atlanta airport at work today. And I told them, I was like, I've been there once and I'm never going back. Never going back. Because I had to piss. I went to piss. And this guy was just washing his balls in the sink.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
And I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I did a double take. I was like, what's that guy doing? And I looked over and I was like, oh, those are his balls. And just kept walking. Like,
Oh my god. Oh, those are his balls. And you...
yeah, I was like, just go piss and get out of here, David. He was washing his hands when I got to the sink. That made me happy. I was like, all right, at least he's washing his hands.
Yeah.
And he's using the same sink. Okay. At least he put his balls away before he washed his hands.
I bet
as
you
well.
there was a woman hiding in the stall and he was just washing his
Oh,
dick
dear
off.
Lord. Dear Lord. Don't say that.
Didn't realize it was weird. Just coincidentally did it after a guy was on the side of the highway with his lights low.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, when it
Um,
hits you, and you got to write that shit down.
Oh,
I know what I
definitely.
definitely know what that's like.
That's why I have a bunch of little notebooks. This is my little one I keep right here for writing down. I mostly use it for keeping track of like TV shows I need to watch,
Mhm.
movies I need to watch, books I need to read,
Yeah.
Danyisms, comments, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then a handful of ideas in this one, but I have a bunch of other ideas written in another one that's sitting over there.
Dr. Fuck said, dude came up with his flashlight, came to the window and was like, read something, sir.
Or need
Or need something, sir.
I'm trying to think of like.
Should I tell the story about my brother?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So, my brother is notorious for. Dr.
He
Fuck.
seemed kind of sketched out. Like, why the fuck did this dude stop in front of me? Yeah. I mean, it's just wrong. Or I'm not gonna say wrong place, wrong time, because that's. But like, just unlucky circumstances. There we
Dr.
go.
Fuck said, I just held up that notebook and was like, I just wanted to write something. Well, I mean, fair.
It'd be like, better be happy I pulled over, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I almost got in trouble at work.
Oh, you don't know how hard it is to just throw your knee up and just start writing going down the road.
I almost got
Probably
in
at a high
trouble.
rate of speed.
I accidentally said the wrong thing to a customer.
I've done that before too.
So I don't know what it was about.
I don't feel
I know what it was. There was a rush, and it just kind of got me like
Just
discombobulated.
spun around, yeah.
Yeah, And when that happens, I'm not thinking as much,
Mm-hmm.
so my filter's let down.
Yeah.
And the guy came up and I was like, "What can I get for you?" And he says, "I'd like some chicken." I was like, "What kind of chicken would you like?" And at the time, I had just pulled out the pan that had some Italian baked chicken in it, so everything in there was fried. And I asked what kind of chicken he wanted. He said the fried kind, and I said, "Well, I fucking hope so." And he just started laughing. And I said, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that." He's like, "No, you're good. That kind of made my day." And I was like, "Thank the Lord. I don't want to lose this job yet."
Yeah. One Baby 69 says, you guys know how fat your mom is? Oh boy.
I don't know, but people of your caliber probably would fuck somebody that fat, so go ahead and tell me.
Dr. Fuck said he paused for a good 10-second flight.
And he did
Not
it
very
okay,
exciting.
but it was funny.
But
Yeah.
then was like, okay, and turned around. Not very exciting. Was funny. Yeah. She's so fat she eats out of a satellite dish.
Yo mama's so ugly the dentist makes her lay face down.
Just drill through the back of the head. Just, I'm not even fucking with this, and just flip her over. Like, no.
Hold on.
Oh boy.
Yo mama is so fat that she is the avatar of lipids on Earth and considered omega level.
Wow. Yeah, Wrong Baby 69 says, ha.
Thank you.
But no, my brother is notoriously bad about doing really stupid shit and getting in trouble.
Okay, yeah.
So the story that I
Oh.
hear the most repeated over the years, every time they're in the same room,
Yeah.
Dr. Fuck says, my mama is beautiful. In all caps.
Yo mama is beautiful. Tell her I miss her.
Dude, don't be a dick.
What you saying?
So,
Saying
anyway,
she look good, man. Saying you ain't wrong.
this is the story I hear the most often
Oh
out
dear
of all
Lord.
the stuff I hear. So, him and his buddy were going down the road, just minding their own business. Well, mind you, they're speeding. Dr. Fuck says, oh shit. Anyway, they passed by this farm, and his buddy's nuttier than an outhouse rat.
Yeah.
Straight up. So they passed by this farm with cows out in the pasture. His buddy leans out the window and starts screaming at the cows, going, "Fucking cows, goddamn walking hamburger meat!" Just going off for no reason
Yeah.
at all.
That
And
one still gets
the guy
me,
who
man.
owns the farm hollered at him, and his old buddy flipped him off. Well, they get going down the road a little bit, and not long after that, they had lights come up in their rear view. So they got pulled over. Old buddy just sat there, just like this. Just stone face staring out the
Oh,
windshield.
man, this one gets me.
The cop comes up, my brother rolls down the window. The cop asks him, like, "You know why I pulled you over?" He did that whole Schmidt.
Yeah.
And my brother's like, "No, sir." And he's like, "Well, I got a call about you, and seen you was speeding. Where are you boys going in such a hurry? Why you causing so much trouble?" Mind you, the buddy in question still just
Dead, just 1,000-yard stare forward, not moving a muscle.
no response at all when the cop says anything. He's just stone faced. And he was not inebriated in any way, shape, or form while he did this.
That's the best part.
So, and brother's like, "No, sir, we're just trying to get back to get back to the house." And he goes, he leans in, and is like, "What about you?" Talking to the buddy, he's still just
He said, "Oh,
not moving. Didn't even like give the cop time of day to respond. Just eyes forward. And cop finally just leans his head down, looks into him, shines a flashlight at him, is like, "Boy, I was talking to you." And he's just sitting there, and all of a sudden he does this. He slowly turns his head and looks at him, looks this cop dead in the eye, and starts barking at him.
Man.
The cop says, "Boy, what is your problem?" And all of a sudden he started growling at him. My brother's sitting there keeping a straight face while he's doing this, holding it together, just reaches over, hits him, and he looks at the cop and goes, "Sir, I'm sorry. He has not had his medication. That's why the whole ruckus happened before. I'm just trying to get him back to the house because he is off of his meds right now." And then Josh just goes back to the staring at the front windshield, just like nothing happened. Just sitting there. His buddy,
Yeah.
staring.
That's.
And the cop just sits there for a minute, and he goes back. He's like, "All right, you sit right here for a minute." And he goes back and he runs his license and all that. And he comes back and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna tell you right now, if I see you in my county again with him around and he's off his meds, I'm arresting both of you. Now get out of my county." And he's like, "Yes, sir." And he pulls off. They get a few miles down the road, just far enough away from him. And then he just stops middle of the road, puts it into park, and just starts wailing on his buddy. Says, "If you ever do that shit to me again, I'm sending you to jail. But I'm giving you an ass whooping before I send you there." Dude, he just lost it because he just got down the road and he was just laughing so hard.
That story just gets me.
Oh, yeah. Dr. Fuck says getting confrontational with a cop is always a bad idea. Yes, I agree. But
we have
this
some
person
stupid
in question,
friends.
this person in question, you just got to know him. And you just know, when I was told that story, it did not shock me one bit.
Understandably so.
And then some of the other stories I've heard was they went to a Walmart in an undisclosed location.
Oh no.
And they wound up getting banned. Do you want to know why they got banned?
Yes, I do.
They ran over the store manager with a cart because they were playing James Bond. With one, they were both in those handicapped little motorized carts, racing them through the store, playing James Bond, and they ran over the store manager. Mind you, these were grown men at like 18 and 19 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dr. Buck says, "Yeah, LOL, yeah, that reaction was like the opposite of what you want." Yeah.
Like we said, we know stupid people.
Yep.
We know people that are also just wild cards.
And we're stupid people because we've done some stupid shit as well.
I am one of those wild cards. I have not been put into a situation where I can do something like that yet. I'm pretty sure Aaron is trying to avoid it as best as possible.
Fair enough. Understandably so.
That's probably why we party at his place. Except for the one time we went out to another one of our friends' houses, a new guy to the group, said he was a wild card, and I said, "Nothing compared to me." And he said, "Oh yeah, well I've done this, this, and this." And I said, "Oh yeah? Well, I'll shoot your horse right now and just not even give a fuck." And he's like, "No, you won't." And I was like, "Yes, I will." And he's like, "I bet you $100 you won't do that." I said, "Okay." And I took the .22 rifle out of his hand, shot that horse, handed the rifle back to him, and I said, "Where's my money, bitch?"
Dr. Fox says it's amazing what you can get away with by just being a bit differential. Was with someone when I was 19 that was speeding in a parking lot, like way speeding, like 50. Dude, at our local Walmart, I have stood out there and witnessed people doing donuts in the parking lot.
As have I.
I mean,
I never even worked there.
I mean, it was the same thing when I worked at the Dollar General.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't Dollar General, but it was a dollar store, and I'm just going to say Dollar General because those are everywhere.
Yeah.
Dr. Fuck says we weren't drunk/high, but he had smoked a bit.
Okay, yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
Dangerous stuff. Cop pulled him over nearby, was furious. Yeah, I bet.
When I did shoot that guy's horse, I didn't mortally wound it. The horse was fine. It made a full recovery. Didn't have to be turned into glue.
That's fucked up.
Or some delicious lasagna. And I could let him keep the $100 to help pay off the bills for having to get his take his horse to the doctor.
Dr. Fuck says cop pulled him over nearby, was furious. Oh yeah, he said that. He just was like automatically, sorry, sir, and got super apologetic right off the bat. Yeah. It's obviously the course of action to take, because suck up enough, then yeah, they'll let you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just wish we had a police force like Super Troopers.
Oh, dude. I want to be that police force.
Dr. Fuck says get off with a warning / cop softened immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll get real. Like, they catch them feels for you.
Yeah.
I've been with Aaron when he's had that happen. And it was one time when he told me he'd pay me. He looked at me, he said, if you do any shit right here, I'll murder you. But if you don't do it, I'll give you $50. And I was like, okay. So I just sat there, hands in my lap, just sat like this. Just proper.
It's proper.
Yeah. And I just kind of I had a slightly smug look on my face though.
But,
I mean, but I got $50 out of it.
yeah, I mean that's something. I think we should probably what?
One last question, and this will round out
Okay.
this episode. Then, have you ever stolen anything while you were drunk?
Negatory.
I stole 2 basketball goals from a church one time when I was real drunk with some friends.
Wow.
The entire poles, not just like the basket, the entire poles.
Wow.
I don't know if my friend ever returned them or not. But we yoinked,
yeah.
we yoinked some basketball poles or like goals. That was funny. He was like, "You want to see how good my Land Rover is?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "We gonna go get us a trophy."
I technically could have gotten a. I guess you could technically say that I was present when something was stolen.
Oh boy,
We wasn't drunk.
I helped, so that's why I counted as something I stole.
I remember getting a call from my brother saying, "Come get me now." So we went and got him, and he climbs in the car, leans over the seat, and just drops a.
I mean, I think everybody's done something like that though. Stolen some like little
Yeah.
piece of candy, like when they were younger,
Yeah.
like with their mom while they're getting groceries or
So
some
he
shit.
climbs in the car, leans over the seat, and drops a damn street sign. And
Okay.
he says you might want to go because they're about less than 2 minutes down the road. And just what we took off.
I've stolen about a dozen street signs. I mean, that's just a thing. There's a handful of them around here that still aren't on the pole because they haven't replaced it yet.
Yeah,
The ones they have are bolted on.
yeah.
Like the one that, like actually like 2 or 3 from like down around here.
Yeah.
I've stolen some from the other side of town. Blah blah blah. It's fun.
Yeah, I
You ever
think
stolen street signs, bud?
like I said, that was the only time I was even
Man.
close when that happened.
Dude,
A buddy of
fun.
mine, actually for the longest time,
that's
And-
like the most fun you can have in a small town, really.
a buddy of mine rode around for the longest time with a bag of like sand from a construction site. He is sitting in his passenger side floorboard. I remember climbing in his car for the first time. My feet were just sitting on top of this thing. Actually, not quite true. Guess
Technically stole a saxophone. All right.
that was more the awkwardness. They never asked for it back. Fair enough.
Well, I mean, if they don't ask, if it was like blah 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 given to you and they never asked for it back, is it really stealing?
Yeah.
Because I have a handful of things that I have I'm not gonna say commandeered, but acquired that way.
But like, so I actually like straight up asked him. I was like, "Dude, what the hell was in your floorboard?" And he's like, "Sandbag." It's just like right off the bat, he didn't even try to make up an excuse for it. He's like, "Sandbag."
I know.
I'm like, why the hell is it doing in your car? And he's like, because a buddy of mine was riding with me while he was drunk, and he said stop. He got out, picked it up, slung it in the floorboard, jumped in the car, we went off, and then he just sat there and went, "Sorry for the late birthday present, bud."
So
And he had it for years sitting in his car. It never moved.
one of a mutual friend I have through Aaron, he has like a nicer like Lexus like SUV type vehicle,
Mm-hmm.
and in the back seat he keeps a mannequin he stole from J.C. Penney that he dresses up and puts in the front seat so he can drive in the HOV lane on the way to work.
So then,
I have seen this man show up at Aaron's place and be like, hop out of his car like, "Hey, I just got off work, blah blah blah," and then he'd go around to the passenger side and take out the mannequin and throw it in the back seat. Like, I've met some characters.
yeah, I have too.
Man, like, especially like living where we do, this is where the wild
Yeah.
people grow.
I mean, you gotta have something to do.
Exactly. I have smash mailboxes because, like I said, what else is there better to do in a small town? Still in street signs, graffiti. I've written bathroom poetry, like in like single stall bathrooms. I used to write like poems that I'd come up with on like the back of the door, the inside of the door. So when you sat down, you could read
Jesus
it.
Christ.
Like, actually, let me grab my notebook real quick because I actually wrote one that I was thinking about doing the other day.
Oh Lord. I don't know what I'm gonna do with him. Jesus, the shit he just gets into.
What, me?
Yeah, you.
I don't know where I put
What is it?
my little. Never mind. I think I know where it is.
Bathroom poetry is not my forte.
Bathroom
Although I do like
poetry. My bathroom poetry is actually beautiful in my opinion, because
Of course it is. You wrote it.
I write decently wholesome stories.
Yeah,
or
but I
tales.
can almost guarantee none of them end with the greatest line to end anything with.
What?
It's snowing on Mount Fuji.
No, none of them do. Oh. All right. This is what I'm thinking about putting on the back of a single stall bathroom. We share this seat and contemplate life, war, famine, and constant strife. It would all be better if we treated each other fair. Now, could you just pass me another square? That is one of my favorites I've written.
Dr. Fuck says I should try to write like a really good poem like Shakespeare, but put it in a bar stall.
I've heard some decent ones from places like that. My favorite one that I've ever seen was they use this paint to cover my pen, but the shithouse poet strikes again. That was one of my favorites. But then there was another one, and it was, "A society divided cannot stand." And that's a quote, and it was a quote that said that, and it said Karl Marx. And then in another pen it said, I would not join a club who would have anybody like me as a member. Groucho Marx. And then in a different pen, each one is also in a different handwriting. This says, "Wherever you go, whatever you do, I will be right there waiting for you, Richard Marx."
Oh my god.
That is actually a rather famous one. I forget exactly where it was, but I saw it. It's beautiful. Another one that I saw that was in that vein
Mm-hmm.
was what was it? Because I can't remember the guy that made the good grief. Trying to type too fast. All right, so who is it? Gary Anderson or Jerry Anderson. That's who it is. Thunderbirds. It was a TV show. I think it was British, if I'm remembering correctly. But
Yeah, British science fiction.
yeah. But somebody wrote it on like the inside of a stall door, like I like to do. Somebody wrote, Gary Anderson's Thunder Turds. That one really made me giggle.
Oh man. Dark Fuck says the music of the shithouse sings of empty bottles and broken wings, but in the stand the shit shall sing a song of love and better things.
I am writing that one down. I love that. That is beautiful. That is going back here with my shithouse poems. Also have the one that Pat Rick wrote. Wait, this one.
That is
I,
actually that is pretty good.
that is
yeah,
beautiful.
that is. That is pretty good. I can't even deny that. Just a reminder, we can take I'm a poet and I know it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes you are, sir.
No more rhymes now, and I mean it.
Just a reminder, on Anchor.fm on the Harpsichord Daydream profile, you can become a supporter, and it's in the form of monthly subscriptions. It's 99 cents, $4.99, and $9.99, and it's just to show
Also,
support for us and help us get better equipment.
The best way to listen to us at a different point after this is you can find us pretty much anywhere you can listen to podcasts. We have a link tree pinned to the profile this is being streamed from.
We also have a website now.
Yes,
and
we
it's
do.
harpsichorddaydream.weebly.com.
Do you take Monero? Is that what you said?
Monero? I've never heard of that.
I don't know if he's like supposed to be like mixing money and De Niro.
Oh, yes. It's monthly subscriptions on Anchor.fm. 99 cents, $4.99, $9.99. Yeah.
It's through Anchor FM, which is
Yeah.
run by Spotify,
Yeah.
which is one of the places we upload these to.
Yep. You can find us on Spotify, Google Podcasts,
Apple.
Apple Podcasts.
I'm
I'm paranoid about being ID'd. Wish more people used it.
Yeah. Monero.
It's a private crypto. Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay. I get that. Like the stuff that this does, we don't get anybody's information. It goes through Spotify.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's like
I have
Bitcoin 2.0 is super dope. Definitely recommend checking it out.
I will. I was present at the start of the crypto bubble when I did something for a friend online, and he sent me 2.5 bitcoins, which I still have technically, but I do not know like the wallet like ID for it. And I have somebody working on trying to figure it out for me, but
Because fuck, I know you don't. Not too worried about that. Just don't like corporate types making connections. Yeah,
I get
I
that.
definitely understand that. Yeah, we don't have an alternative means of taking any kind of donations.
I can set that up actually, but it'll be different.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting, or it'll be. I mean, you know it.
Yeah, I got you. I'm also trying to work on doing a Patreon.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out what the tiers are going to be. I am going to put up some basic, like, support the stream type of stuff.
Yeah. We
where it's
also
just like
do
$3, $5, whatever.
We also do have planned like exclusive skits and other just like lists, blah blah blah, us reviewing specific things.
2.5 Bitcoin is like 75K.
Yeah. I've got a friend that's working on trying to get into that wallet for me, and I greatly appreciate them.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And he's not charging me anything for it, which is the best part.
Dr. Puck says, I hope you remember it / figure that out. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice.
It was on one of my computers, but that computer, like, it got, like, destroyed.
Ah,
And
gotcha.
that's the reason I updated from Windows XP to Windows 7
Fair enough.
in 2015.
Ron Baby 69 says, I'm going to be in Hatera's camping in August. Meet us there. What?
Ooh, okay. That does actually sound really nice. I know where you're talking about. Oh, that'll be awesome. Shut up, Google. Google just said. Shut up.
Okay, anyway, yeah. We
Google
appreciate
assistant be damned.
we appreciate all of our listeners coming and
Oh,
dropping
yeah,
in
definitely.
the episode. Follow the page to keep an eye out for more episodes.
Yes.
You can find us on Spotify and everything for several other episodes.
Our link tree is the pinned post on this profile on Reddit. It'll have links to pretty much everything we have right now.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah, and just a reminder, we
greatly appreciate everybody.
everybody listening to us. We greatly appreciate everybody that will listen to us in the future on episodes of like on Spotify and everything. Again, we take donations on the anchor.fm. But yeah, nice chatting. Yep, yes sir. You too.
100%.
Thank you for coming.
100%.
And we will catch you guys in the next one.
Yep.
Take it easy.
Take it easy, everybody.